It's Christmas time at Incarnate Studios, and the winter sales are crazy. Crazy sale! We got t-shirts from everything you could imagine. Movies, video games, TV shows, even politicians. Donald Trump! So head on over to Incarnate Studios and pick up one of the awesome shirts, like my personal favorite, Slayer. Are you a metal fan? Do you love Christmas? Do you want to stay metal as fuck through the holidays? Then pick up this shirt, because you can't get it anywhere else except at Incarnate Studios. Don't forget the fucking hyphen! So order today to guarantee delivery by Christmas. IncarnateStudios.com. Proud presenter of the World Class Bullshitters podcast. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. And no, there's no joke tonight to start the show because there's no Dr. Phil to start the show tonight. Actually, most of the other bullshitters are out. I don't know what they're doing, and you know what? It's okay. We got
bullshitting.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say they're bullshitting. They're just, they're fucking something up. This podcast. Anyway, though, I'm your host Jeff Hicks, and tonight I'm joined with the one, the only Dion Green.
Baby, I will not under any circumstances apologize for being attracted to the older janitor lady that worked in the same place that I did. I don't care. She had a big butt, and god damn it, this is America.
Hey, random non-connected thing. Do you remember the old black truck driver lady from Lethal Weapon 3?
Yeah, the one that was, from the armor car.
Yeah, I was watching Diagnosis Murder, and she's a regular on that show. And every time I see it, I think of you as a little kid watching Lethal Weapon 3.
What? Diagnosis Murder? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's on at the gym in the afternoon. Like, I feel like an old man. I'm there exercising to Dick Van Dyke shows.
Hey, Dick Van Dyke, he used to be the man with the dick.
And a dyke. Mary Tyler Moore. Sorry, that was a shit joke. Anyway, up next is the last standing Samoan, Nick Udom.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.
And finally, there's no one else. It's just us. So we're back. We're a little older. We're a little wiser. We, we're here. There's really not too much going on this week in the world of pop culture, so expect a lot of things to be pulled out of our asses. But, guys, what's your week been like since we've last met?
Nothing crazy, man. Just working, saving the white ladies, being the charming guy that I am. That's pretty much it.
Surviving a fire, trying not to get burned, and hopefully, everything's okay.
Yeah, man. A lot of the listeners don't know that you were right there in the thick of it during the Gatlinburg fire. Do you have any crazy stories to tell, or anything like that you want to share?
Well, like that Monday, we kept hearing that, the fire's close, and it was a voluntary evacuation. I didn't think anything of it, and the winds were high; they were getting up to like 60 and 70 miles an hour. Still didn't think anything of it. I'm in Knoxville, and all of a sudden, I'm drinking with my friend Scotty. Scotty, I love you. And I'm just, on Facebook, and I see some Mexican guy who works in Gatlinburg has posted a video of like the fire, and it's in the middle of downtown next to my old elementary school. And I was like, Scotty, I gotta leave. So I book it home. Usually it takes me an hour or so to get back. It took me 3 hours because there was an asshole fucking cop who wouldn't let me back in town. He's like, no, nobody can go back in town. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I showed him my address and my wallet, my ID and everything, and they told me this is my address, this is where my family is. They're like, no, nobody can go back in town. It's closed down. I'm like, fuck you. So I took some back ass road and got home, and there was no cell phone service, no internet, no lights, no gas, no nothing. Like, it was just dark.
Damn, dude.
Fucking scary.
Yeah, that's holy shit.
And I mean, you could, and where, like, the house is about 10 miles from downtown, but you could still see like the entire sky was orange and lit up. So you're hoping that it doesn't get to your house, but everybody's there and everybody's kind of hunkered down and sleeping in the living room and stuff. But nothing happened, and we woke up the next morning. We went to, which I guess was their fucking command center, which was the high school that was behind the house, and where the community center is there, the entire parking lot was taken up with sheriff station, fire stations, trucks that were like the expanded RVs that were there, like literally like mobile command center. There were, there were so many news news people's vans there. All the satellites were aimed at the sky. They were in a line broadcasting. Have you ever seen Bowling for Columbine, where I think in one shot he shows all the reporters like in a line reporting? That's exactly what it looked like.
Was Michael Moore there?
Damn.
No, he wasn't. I think he was eating a sandwich somewhere.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. The athletic center was now converted. It just had like there were signs duct taped Red Cross Rescue Center now. People had brought in everything from toilet paper to I think the local Subway that didn't have any power, so they brought all the food to that area so people could eat. There were emergency vehicles. There were two military helicopters who landed in the baseball field, and that was their landing pad now. The entire area is covered in emergency vehicles, emergency personnel, people who had lost their homes and lost their business and everything, who had to stay there that night. There were cots lining the area. It was just like, have you ever seen the movie? Like, I think another way to put this is like, have you ever seen the movie Volcano?
I love that movie.
With Tommy Lee Jones, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, like when
young Don Cheadle.
Yeah, exactly. Young Don Cheadle, and you see the people like that whole rescue area they have where they're set up with doctors and tents and things like that. That's how it kind of was for a couple days.
It reminds me of that episode of King of the Hill where they had the flood and Bill becomes shelter leader. Was there a shelter leader?
I don't think there was. If there was, I didn't see that person.
Let me dream.
But and the thing that sucked is that in the entire area we had to travel about 20 miles out of the area to get any sort of any sort of cell phone signal. The emergency services had taken up the internet and the cell phone signal to communicate back and forth. And we had emergency cell phone signal, which is just basically text message and maybe a phone call if you can stand still enough.
Yeah, you were texting me. You're like, "Hey, I don't have a."
No, because every time I got a little bit of service, I was texting you or texting somebody just to let everybody know what's going on, because that's all I could do. That is all I could do. I had family, I had friends, I had everybody texting me, texting my mom, texting my grandmother, everybody. And it was just this constant barrage of just like, are you guys okay? What's going on? Is everything fine? What are the details? And so it was insane. They do you remember where Food City was? Like we met there to take you to the cabin that one time.
I do. I saw that on the news.
Okay, that was the cutoff line for you going into town. You couldn't go past that.
That wasn't that close, was it?
No, it wasn't. But that was their cutoff line for like letting people in. There was like just a barricade of cops there. It was crazy. There was a curfew put into place that Tuesday for 12 hours, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Nobody could be in the streets. I remember them
talking about the curfew on the news. I was like, man, you Tennessee motherfuckers, y'all just some resilient sons of bitches down there.
Dude, it was kind of insane. I mean, it was just really weird. I mean, even that Food City didn't reopen again until Wednesday, and they opened late, and they had like everybody rushed there to get stuff, and left again because they closed at 5:30 just so everybody could get out for the curfew. I think we finally went into town that Friday, and I took video of it before I left to come back to Georgia. And it was a ghost town. Like there was no lights on, no electricity, no nothing. You could see it, like a lot of the stuff was like just the edges were burnt. A guy in a apartment completely burned down. There were just burned up cars and stuff like that you see in war zones and things. Like it was just very like surreal. My cousin's house was really odd because he lives in like a apartment complex where everything's like very close together, and the two rows behind him burned completely, and the one house next to him burnt until the gap in between the houses, and his was fine.
Jesus.
So like it's super close. Like his was like the next one to get burned, but it didn't because there was a gap there. It's like I have video of it. I'll send it to you guys. I'll send the link to you guys. It's like there's 30 minutes of no sound because it was basically I'm in the car with my mom and she's reading off like personal like information, like account numbers to the insurance people. So that's why I took out the sound, because it's just her constantly talking to them and giving them numbers of her social security, bank numbers, like all kinds of stuff. So that's why there's no sound in it.
So you're going to share that with us? Thanks, man. I see how it is. Fuck you too.
It was just constantly that. You saw. I mean, there's a house on like the house on the mountain that everybody calls the castle was burnt to shit. A $15 million house like burnt.
What's
Everything
the
that was
morale like down there?
right now it's just kind of like we must rebuild, and they open up. Everything opens up Friday at 7 a.m. I think the podcast gets released tonight or tomorrow.
Probably tonight because it's gonna be a shorter one. So.
Okay, yeah. So tonight, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, December 9th. At 7 a.m. is when Gatlinburg downtown opens.
So if you're a listener of one of our many now that happens to be in the area, go support Gatlinburg because it's a fucking cool place to go on vacation, and it sucks that it caught fire. Wasn't it 2 hillbilly kids that burnt it?
Yep. 2 hillbilly kids who burned it. See, and also the thing that nobody seems to seems to take into account is that there's moonshine on the strip, and if the town had caught fire and it hit them, and they actually make it in those buildings on the strip that you see. It's not just like water flowing through those things. That's actual moonshine they're making there.
Yeah, that'd be fucking done.
So you're talking if those heat up or explode or whatever, like where the entire town would have been fucked. And there are at least 3 of those downtown. 2 of them are within, I don't know, less than I guess 1,000 feet of each other. So like it's bad. It would have been really, really bad.
What was the one that we went to? What was that one called?
That one was I want to say it's like I don't know. I think it was like Davy Crockett's like alligator moonshine or something. I don't know.
All I know is that they gave us free samples and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, actually that's quit as well. It's now $5 a sample.
Yeah, maybe that place should have burned down. Fuck.
Yeah, that happened about 3 months ago.
Well, karma, man, karma.
Yeah. But I mean the whole thing is just like the town needs to rebuild. I think people were giving money. It like people brought in stuff to the what is it, Rocky Tops Athletic Center that was there. They brought in so much stuff that they turned them away, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, because they had brought in too much stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, they brought in too much stuff. And people were giving money to the Red Cross. The Red Cross was saying, if you're giving money to these people for this cause, it may not get there because they do stuff, all over the place, and your money may not go to where you want it to. So Dolly Parton, I think, made a fund where people can put money in specifically for the people who have lost houses and lost their jobs in the area. And I mean, you're more welcome to give money to that, and stuff, because that'll directly affect those people.
Well, your last couple weeks make mine sound so unimportant, which they were. I mean, I reorganized my office and I started my yearly James Bond marathon. Whoop-de-doo. That's my life. But, speaking of something exciting, next week starts our Star Wars week. So, last year, The Force Awakens really kind of put us on the map because of, my heartbreak. So,
Right.
you get to hear me go on about it a little more, talk about some other Star Wars movies. I got a video for every day next week, and on Thursday night, you're going to hear me review Rogue One. So at this time, I will have been out of Rogue One, probably, and I'll be on my way home to review that. So next week, about 11 o'clock, check that out.
So what are your thoughts about Rogue One, just like, from what you've seen and heard so far?
It's either going to be slightly better than The Force Awakens. Okay, here, put it like this. It will be slightly... It is already, in my mind, going to be better than The Force Awakens because The Force Awakens is just absolute dog shit. It does nothing right. Every character is retarded. The movie was poorly made. The effects are just okay. The plot is too similar to A New Hope. The story is too similar to A New Hope, which is the same thing. I just said it twice because I'm that pissed off. It's so retarded. Now, if they make Rogue One mildly interesting, they don't ruin any of the characters from the first film, and all those people die, then I'll like the movie.
God, I've heard a couple fan theories that they might not, so...
If that fucking they join the Knights of Ren one, I heard that.
Yeah, yep, I heard that one. Yeah, that was one I was referring to. I love how you're treating Star Wars like an ex-girlfriend right now. It's like, it's been a year. I'm gonna see if it's okay now, if we can kind of work this out, and maybe it'll be better this time. She's different, I'm different.
Well, I'll tell you this: I'm never gonna watch The Force Awakens again, so that That bitch just got herpes, and I barely avoided it. So that's how I feel about that movie. It's just like, Jeff, just get away from it. Don't go back. Don't go back to that place emotionally. You know, that was 2015. Shit was different. Donald Trump wasn't president. Well, he still isn't now, but you know.
Well, I mean, have they released like a lot of toys and shit for Rogue One? Have they done the same thing they've done with Force Awakens, where they're releasing tons of toys and all kinds of weird stuff right before?
Not as much as you'd think, because a lot of the Force Awakens toys are still on the shelves a year later.
Oh, jeez.
Like they're like Hasbro's like, oh yeah, we had record sales. Well, what they mean by record sales is that they sold record amounts to the toy stores. The toy stores didn't sell the record amounts, because I live in a big city, and we always get like all the toys, you know. Like, it's not like, oh, we're out in the boonies and we might not get wave 1 or 2 or something like that. No, we always get that shit here in Cincinnati. And up until, like, actually right now, I could still go out and find like figures from last year's movie. Now the Rogue One stuff is out and it's already on clearance in places, so I don't know if that's a good sign. Plus, there's a lot less. And oh yeah, my local Toys R Us actually got rid of the Star Wars aisle. They used to have a huge double-sided aisle for Star Wars merchandise. They got rid of that. They replaced it with like the adult collector items like NECA figures and McFarlane toys. And the Star Wars section is a quarter of an aisle right by the wrestling figures.
Jeez.
Like in my stores, there are more wrestling figures than there are Star Wars figures.
Good God.
Yeah, and so the public perception is different from what like fans are saying. I think people are like, oh, I'll go see this movie, and then, but they're not going to go buy the merchandise. Like, yeah, I just bought a Darth Vader thing last year. Oh, I don't need a little action figure of Darth Vader now. Or I bought something with Kylo Ren, I don't like him. And the funny part is, they got these $100 interactive action figures all over, and they never sold, so they're still not on sale either. There's like 50 or 60 of them in my local Toys R Us, just sitting there.
Jeez, man. Jeez. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the initial nostalgia and shock of like there being a new Star Wars and coming out is just like it overwhelmed them, and then once they calmed down and took a break and that high left, they could think and process stuff for a second, and they were like, this is just like the first one. And I'm sure they watched it on Stars and, you know, wherever else it was whenever it came out on cable, and they're just like, yeah, this is really not as good as I remember it. It's just like the first one, and they blatantly like even copy it. They even say that it is like the first one.
I can't even like say that I'd watch it for free. Oh my god. Seriously,
Yeah.
that movie is absolute dog shit. And if you want to hear me go on and on, go back and watch our video. Came out last year. It's about 33,000 views. Still not our highest viewed video. That honor still is Ghostbusters with about 83,000, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get another hit with our Star Wars video next week, so we really need it.
That's the plan, Stan.
It'll, just for the record, listeners, it'll just be me unless Dion and Nick find tickets for the 7 o'clock showings. So, hope you don't mind me, because it's going to be the rest of the bullshitters either aren't going like Dan, or Phil bought tickets to go with his cousin, and he's like, you should just go with me instead. I said, no, Phil, I'm not giving up prime tickets to go with you and your cousin, because we're not going to talk during the movie. So, what's the point of me even?
I'm sure I can find tickets or find a way of getting it. I mean, I'm not really too worried about it. If I got to drive real far and like Skype on my drive back, I'm not gonna, I'll do that. That's fine.
Well, you and I and Dion and stuff, we'll talk off air at a later date, meaning like, sometime before next Thursday. But either way, listeners, I will be here with I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't tell you how I'm going to feel about it yet. But let's hope it's good. And if it's shit, I will tell you. But the hype is big. It's not as big as the last one. I think this will make, at least, it won't make as much. I'll say it makes half of what The Force Awakens made.
I think people are more cautious with this one. I think this is bad. It's gonna break a big portion of the fan base. It really will. Like it'll.
Well, you saw the shine start to wear off with Episode 7. Even if you want to call it that, fucking episode 4.2, but it was, people were slowly starting to be like, oh, this is not, a lot of people were, oh, this is the best one ever, and then that started disappearing, and then they're not even talking about episode 7 right now. I mean, shit. I mean, everyone knows that.
Yeah,
whether they want to admit it or not.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody's really talking about it, and it's just kind of like, on the back burner. But I mean, another thing that may affect it is that they're doing the expanded universe thing, and I think people are getting tired of there being like 18 movies to one thing now, and they don't want to invest another chunk of time into going to see all the Star Wars movies because they're already doing that with the Marvel movies. That might be a thing as well.
I hope that's the case, because we got to stop this whole fucking shared universe crossover bullshit. It only works with Marvel because Marvel is a comic book company and all their characters cross over anyway. Star Wars has been the story of one lineage, not like, different timelines and shit. There's never been a Star Wars film that came out that was not in line with the other timeline films. The Force Awakens was also the first Star Wars movie to have a flashback in it. So they're ruining Star Wars.
Oh jeez, yeah, you're right.
It's a small thing, but like, here's my thing. If you're gonna make a film in a series, you need to stick with what came before it to a point. Like, I'm not saying it needs to be as
well. That's just good storytelling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How dare you involve good storytelling in this, Dion? How dare you?
Yeah, shut your butt.
God. And I go on and on and on about with a guy at work. That's it's the best one. It's the best one. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean it's the best one? We go on constantly about huge plot holes and questions that you can never give me answers to, and you're telling me it's the best goddamn Star Wars movie? Get the fuck out of here.
Do you think Dustin's still sticking with that?
Hell no. If there's one thing that Dustin is consistent about, it is that he will jump on a bandwagon and then after a couple of years realize, oh yeah, I've been riding this bandwagon and the dildo that's in my seat's been going up my ass. I'm getting tired of that. And he finally goes, you know what, Jeff, you were right, man. I'm sorry. I fucked up. And I'm sure that's the case.
No. I'm pretty sure since his kids like it, he's just going to tell himself he likes it. I just don't know how he likes it. It's not good. It's broken. Like, it's not trying to do anything smart.
Yeah, and I mean, even Universal has kicked off their expanded universe with the trailer that came out for The Mummy.
Oh shit, is that connected?
Yeah,
like
all those monster
movies. Yeah. Yep, it's gonna be Tom Cruise for like 10 movies, tracking down the monsters or some shit like that, I think.
I did not see that trailer.
Well, The Mummy
is so horrible.
The Mummy is female and doesn't look like any sort of mummy that you've ever seen before, and it's the girl, it's the henchwoman from Kingsman Secret Service.
Oh, with the legs?
With the legs, yeah, that's who it is, yeah.
Or should I say without the legs?
Yeah, exactly. It's her.
Well, that's another movie I can skip. Seriously. I liked the Brendan Fraser one.
Those were entertaining. Like, those were really entertaining. I loved those. I
never saw the third one.
Yeah, I think it really dropped off of the third one. Like, it just, they didn't care anymore and nobody really wanted it. Yeah.
Well, plus even the second one wasn't that great because they were like trying to turn it into a straight up action movie. Then the third one was just like, who can we get that probably isn't well versed on these films? Oh, Jet Li, because he's not the best at English. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
That's true.
Just, what Chinese actor or actress can we find that is really good at English that people will care about but not really focus on? Oh, Michelle Yeoh. Let's put her in the film. Oh, this is going to turn out great. And then old-ass Brendan Fraser and not Rachel Weisz. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to watch that film.
She wasn't in it?
No, they replaced her with some other English chicks. They're like, hey, Americans, you guys can't tell the fucking difference.
Well, I guess since she was banging Daniel Craig, and she's like, you know what? I don't need this shit. I'm married to James Bond. Fuck you people. Like, I guess.
He's buying me an actual fucking sports car this Christmas. Fuck you, mommy, and Universal.
Yeah, Universal is not really the company I want to make the World Class Bullshitters movie with, because
they're horrible.
Yeah, they make some bullshit. Like, didn't they do Jurassic Park, the new one?
They did
Yeah, they did.
all of them.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm talking shit, but they made Back to the Future, which is my favorite movie. So
Yeah, but for the longest time, Universal had the biggest flop. They had Waterworld because they just gave Kevin Costner whatever he asked for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, I mean, the park's gone to shit. They have fucking, what is it? That they're not even a tornado ride. It's just like a tornado like experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been. Yeah, when I went there in 1996 or 8, I went through that. You just walk through like a house.
Yeah, and did you see the did you see the Ghostbusters thing at the end, or was that not there at the time?
That wasn't there back then. There was no Ghostbusters.
Well, I got to see it. And it was basically Rick Moranis' character and the other like female secretary. Like he was trying to trick her, into becoming a Ghostbuster. And he's like, there's a ghost here, and it's like this thing on the clothesline, and basically, I think the first movie happens with all the characters from both movies. And it was just like it was like a 20-minute show, and it was just like everything you'd ever want, ever. It was amazing. You had Zool, you had the dogs, you had the Ghostbusters come out, you had the EPA guy, the containment thing break. Like it was just like it was everything you'd ever want, and especially if you're a kid watching that, you just like the happiest person in the world at that point.
When I went and saw Terminator 2, and it was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
I also saw the Back to the Future ride before it disappeared, so...
Oh, man.
I can always tell people, like, hey, it's my favorite movie. I've experienced the ride multiple times. I actually, on my desk right now, I got a little toy car I bought at the theme park like 20 years ago.
Man. Yeah, I used to own all the models that they had there, and all the models came from like China or something. They were never, none of the names of the names of the movies were never written on the boxes in English. It was always in Chinese or some other language. Like it was just you could tell. I know it wasn't someone because I'd be able to read it. You could tell what movie they came from because they had the picture of the car on there, so you knew what movie it was. But it never said the name in any sort of language, and they were super intricate. And I think Polar Lights came out with one about 5 years ago that was okay. It was like snapped together, and it was no big deal. But the ones they had at the parks were like super super intricate, and they were really really nice and very well put together.
I love that movie, and I try to buy every piece of merchandise I see from it.
Yeah, there's man, so much
unhealthily.
Stuff. Oh yeah, I do too, man. Like I love it. I remember for my birthday a couple years ago, my family got me a flux capacitor.
Oh, you got that?
Yep, it's in my room.
God damn it, I did not buy
that. Yeah, they just surprised me with it. I was like, this is amazing. I wish I could put it in my car, but it wouldn't fit.
I would just fucking cover up the whole back seat and install the flux capacitor, and if anyone needed it, I'd say, fuck you, man, we're going through time. We don't have time for your bullshit. Dan will be like, what about me? Sorry, Dan. I gotta go back.
To the future. Yeah, I know the
Scott. God damn it.
I want to see a Doc Brown with Alzheimer's film.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Marty.
My name's not Marty. I'm your nurse, Rick. Calm down.
God damn it, Marty. You got big tits.
Oh,
That's
God,
your doctor.
That's my doc. That's the best I got for you, fellas. That's the best I can do.
I want to see that movie because then it's just him like shitting himself and he's in a box thinking he's going back to 1885. Like that's all it is. It's really, a really sad Doc movie. That's all it's gonna be.
What they'll do is the whole movie they make it seem like Doc really is crazy and all this shit, and at the very last couple minutes, the DeLorean does appear, and it's Marty, and he takes him away. He's like, "I've been stuck here for so long, Marty," and he's like, "Sorry, Doc, I had Parkinson's and forgot you were here." And then
I couldn't punch in the numbers correctly. I kept missing the one.
I went to the year 885 1,000 times.
I have seen everything. I have seen it.
So then the next Back to the Future movie is just trying to undo the terrible Back to the Future movie we made. You know what? It can't be worse than The Force Awakens, so Hollywood greenlight that. We don't need a minority female to play Marty McFly.
Oh God. Or just a blatant female character just because there has to be one. Like, no.
I'd be like, you know what? There's Lorraine, there's Jennifer, there's Lorraine's friends, and
well, I mean, like we never know about Lorraine. Maybe Lorraine's in a female band, as well, that we just don't see.
Bandino? Well, geez, was she Mexican?
No. Maybe she's in a female band, like Marty was in a band.
I said Bandino. I was like, oh, well, there we go. I'll take a Mexican Jenny. I'm like, okay, margaritas for everybody. Let's go, baby.
Hey, the first Jennifer was really cute.
Yeah.
The second Jennifer is cute without her shitty wig.
Very true.
I don't hate on Elizabeth Shue. I don't like her as much as I liked Claudia Wells, but still, it's a step down in quality. We'll put it like that. Step down in quality. So I think, to answer your question, Nick, Star Wars might be on the way out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I don't think Star Wars is meant to be a yearly spectacular. It was always great because you waited 3 years between each film. You had plenty of time to digest, analyze, review, go through each of these movies with a fine-tooth comb. Now it's like, hey, remember Force Awakens? Well, hey, in one more week you got Rogue One, and then in a few more months, or maybe it's next Christmas, you got Episode 8. When does episode? I'm gonna look up when Episode 8 comes out, because I think there's a point where they're gonna come 6 months apart.
No, you're entirely right, because we waited so many years for the prequels. Even then, before that, we had the remastered original 3, and then we had the prequels after that.
Yeah, the special edition is when I got into. Well, right before that was when I got into Star Wars.
Yeah, correct. And then then you had all through the prequels, and even the last prequel took a little longer to come out than the others did. I remember that being a thing. Everybody was kind of like upset about that, but they're like, no, we're working on it. We're making it better. So that was their excuse. But no, I mean, yeah, it was one of those things that like it happened every so often, and for it to be like a regular thing now makes it, I think, unspecial and just kind of normal. And it was never that. It was never normal. It was never just like, oh, it's a movie. It's a series of movies coming out, once or twice a year.
But it took time because they gave a shit about it. They weren't
exactly. There you go. That's exactly what it is. George Lucas was trying to sell toys, but I mean, it took 3 years because they were, making sure the people that were in the movie returned. They were making sure Harrison Ford came back. They're making sure to write the damn movie. And now, they're shoving out these rushed ass scripts with so little character development. They don't know what they're doing with it. They have no idea. Even so, you hit so much so. Proof positive is J.J. Abrams ain't doing any more of them because he knows that he messed up. He knows that he made a horrible movie.
And all they're doing is they're not selling you a good movie. They're saying, hey, like the member berries on South Park. Remember the X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Chewbacca, the Death Star? Here you go. Doesn't matter how they're together. It's just they're there in a film, and you're going to watch, and you're going to cry like a little bitch because your life is a fucking joke, and this is going to remind you of when you were a child, and you're going to get all emotional. Like that fucking asshole that I met at the comic book store earlier in the year. I ran into him the other day. He just gave me this fucked up look. I'm like, you're a grown-ass man, and you act like this because somebody doesn't agree with you about Star Wars? You're a fucking punk. Like, you're not even worth talking to.
Well, and like and I think the promise is like, well, this one wasn't good, but it's merely a puzzle piece in the giant, 100-piece puzzle we have for the series, and it will all make sense in the end if it ever ends.
Well, that's why this was not good. Anyone that says that, it's like that's not how good movies work.
No,
you don't make a good movie like, okay, there's 32 plot holes that you won't get, but you gotta watch the next one. Like, that's not how movies work. That's not how good movies work. Each one tells, now you can have an ending that leaves it open for a sequel, but I mean that's a huge problem with Hollywood right now. Everyone's trying to establish franchises to keep the money coming in, but they forget, oh yeah, this movie has to be watchable.
Well, not just that. I mean, I think rewatchability is a big thing. You know, I think they're missing that aspect as well. You know, that's what Marvel has. Like they have rewatchability in a lot of their movies. You
Right.
know, you can sit there and watch all of them at once and kind of get the big scope of what's happening. But even as individual movies, they still hold up. And I think that's what's killing them is like somebody will sign a 3-picture deal, but the first
Right.
one will fucking like fail and just like crash and burn, and the other two don't get made, and they're banking on the other two to tell the rest of the story when in reality you should have told a complete story in the first one, and then added
Right.
to it later on if you made that money.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, when I was talking on episode 50 about all my favorite movies, they all stand on their own. They're all part of a series, but the first ones can be watched and you get that complete tale. This, like you said, Nick, I bet you there's a ton of movies we could list off if we took the time that were planned to be part of series and never got made. So you're left with one subpar film. Don't Hollywood producers tell a good story, people will come back for more. Don't try to sit down and like okay, for example, one of the better movies I've seen in the last decade was Argo. True, it was based off a true story, but it was all contained. It wasn't a movie that was
Right.
like, "Hey, come back next year for part 2." Like, it's like
Argo 2, the re-argoing.
it's like, yeah, Argo, fuck yourself again, based on a true story, but we're gonna milk it for another year. It's like, God damn it, I'm just gonna go to Wikipedia and read what happened.
In all reality, they could make part 2 and make it of like an aspect of other people in that same scenario. They could entirely do that because they've done it with Saw. Saw did that. Saw made it where it was like, these people are getting murdered, but in this warehouse, there was some other shit going on. Like, they've done that before. And that's a thing that they could possibly do.
When I found out they were not making any more Saw films or Paranormal Activity films, I cheered because talk about beating a dead fucking horse.
Yeah, and I mean, I like having like, annual horror films for October. That makes me happy. But when they start becoming shit and you're just doing it because of money, I don't care anymore. I really don't.
Dude, like 80% of horror movies that come out are shit.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I will. Yeah, that's.
But
that's
were they always like by and large good? I mean, I think there was always the argument can be made.
Oh, they
there
were
was
always Dion. They were always
Yeah.
shitty. Like even
yeah,
the
there
good
were
ones
always
shitty.
only a few that were really good. But that was what was so awesome about horror was that if it was a shitty story, the gore and the violence made up for it. But dumb ass fucking movie, like, even Saw, as much as I fucking hated those movies, it was torture porn. It was
No,
at the very
it was
least,
exactly.
Exactly. You didn't have to really care about the story. You just wanted to I just want to see this cancer old white dude cut some motherfuckers up. It's not like Star Wars where it's like we can have plot holes. There's nothing to fucking hide from. It is really shittily written and put together. And oh yeah, hey, J.J. Abrams, what else did he do that was well? Oh well, he tried to fuck up Star Trek with all the lens flares, and then oh yeah, Lost. How did that fucking work out?
I don't know because I watched the ending. I still don't get it.
Yeah, no one does. And they're all just like, really?
Time
JJ?
traveling polar bears. What the fuck? J.J. Abrams, what were you injecting into your butthole that made that happen? Honestly, like I want to know because I want some of it.
Kathleen.
That
Kennedy.
is our next. That's our next T-shirt. Is time traveling polar bears? What the fuck?
I can make that happen. Speaking of t-shirts, head on over to incarnate-studios.com and check out our newest t-shirts. We got a really cool Christmas one that I've sold like a bunch in a day, which is really awesome. It's called Slayer. If you like the band Slayer and you like Christmas, check it out. It's a nice parody on that. And there's a Spaceball shirt and some other shirts. So, anyway, back to the show.
That was our commercial, America. Deal with it.
Oh, I'm working on a Christmas commercial. It is offensively bad.
Oh good, I can't wait. Because I
can
will
send you
share.
the audio.
I will share the fuck out of that commercial so quickly.
I'm afraid the commercial's going to go viral, and then no one's ever going to care about the podcast anymore. Just that commercial.
Hey, as long as you're making money off the commercial, it don't matter.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm using. You know how you can use 30 seconds of a song under fair use?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using 30 seconds of All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Not because I like the song, but because of I'm going to send you a link to the video, and you'll understand why it's in this commercial. So, Don't think of me as like, Jeff, your taste in music.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna
Surprising.
judge
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
taste
sure.
in music. Why the fuck? I don't judge anybody by their taste in anything because that's retarded. It's like, oh, if you like Star Trek and I like Star Wars, we can't be friends. Like, no, fuck that.
The only thing I will judge is if someone likes something really shitty. Like if you like Rebecca Black and you think that she should have continued and become a superstar, I will judge the shit out of you.
I don't know who that is. I really don't care.
Black. I'll
It's
tell
Friday.
you this.
It's Friday. Got to get down on Friday. man.
Everybody's working forward to the weekend. Wait, no, that's Everybody's Working for the Weekend by Loverboy. Fuck that. Look, Friday by Rebecca Black is that the worst song ever made, Dion?
Probably not, but it's at least in the top 25.
Okay, there's the reason. Okay, watch that video, and now you understand why I'm using Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Because I think people will watch this fucking video and go, what the fuck? See? See?
Oh my god, I love it already.
And then the commercial goes to, it's Christmas time at Incarnate Studios!
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, I spent this afternoon working on it, and I couldn't stop laughing. Like, when I was recording it, I was like, I pray to God a million people see this, because it's incredible. So, did you guys see it? It's fucking crazy.
I love that so much.
If all goes well, that might be on the front of this episode.
Oh my god,
Oh,
jeez. Like
God,
this,
that would be for the
whenever
win.
you release a tag minute, I'm just gonna put it fucking everywhere. It'll be on Instagram, it'll be on Snapchat, it'll be on Twitter, it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on future social media that hasn't happened yet. It'll be out there.
Can it be on Tinder?
Yeah, it'll be on Tinder, it'll be on Bumble, it'll be on OkCupid, Coffee Bagel, whatever the fuck else I can put it on. It'll be somewhere.
Coffee, bagel, cream cheese? That actually sounds good. A coffee and bagel and cream cheese.
Not bad.
We'll get some bagels on the way to WrestleMania.
Some locks too.
Oh, hell yeah.
I actually had lox for the first time, Nick. I liked it, but it was just kind of like smoky mush.
Okay. Yeah.
I was at a hotel buffet, so I don't know if it was the best, smoked salmon. But put it like this, I would give it another shot from a more reputable source.
Okay, oh, that's fine. That's good.
I like my classier foods. I've never had escargot, and I never will.
Ooh, that no, nuh-uh.
What else have I not eaten?
Have you had?
Truffles, I'm not in a rush.
Okay, have you had caviar?
I have not, and I'm not in a rush to eat salty fish eggs.
Yeah. I mean, you always get, what is it, a pack of, what is it? It's, oh yeah, you could always get a pack of sea monkeys and, see if that tastes the same.
Is that the
little
first thing that you
shrimp.
could think of? You're like, get a pack of sea monkeys, asshole.
Well, no, because, they're fish and they're eggs. They're really small. It's really cheap. It's really cheap caviar. I mean, what do you want from me?
Ugh,
I
not
think
horrible
sea monkeys
ideas
are
of
like-
sea monkeys.
I think sea monkeys are shrimp, actually. Seriously, I'm not joking. I think they're a form of shrimp that are frozen, freeze-dried, and then come back to life when water's added.
I have no idea.
I read a book about it once.
There was a book about sea monkeys.
Well, no, it wasn't a book about sea monkeys. It was some business book, and they were talking about sea monkeys. Like, Joe, blah, 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 wanted to invent a new process for rehydrating shrimp, and people wouldn't eat it, so he repackaged it as sea monkeys and became a multimillionaire.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
real quick, off topic. I'm watching this episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. He's wearing a purple fucking suit. It's way too big. He looks like a pimp, and it's not good.
It's a Trevette.
No, I'm sending a picture. I know the difference between Walker and Trevette. Trevette is black, and he's in Die Hard.
Okay.
Like,
Is there a
Just be
continuation into the? Oh, okay.
oh.
I know there's
black
more.
and dead.
Or you're gonna say he's black in Die Hard, and then Chuck Norris is Chuck fucking Norris, and he fought Bruce Lee.
Well, I mean, one's black and one's white. How much? Oh,
Did
we
you
got
just-
somebody that wants to join the Facebook
Oh my
World Class
God.
Bullshitters. Hussein Alaska.
It's purple.
Is that one of his bitches right there? Is that who that is? He's like, pay my money or I will backhand your head off.
From what I can surmise from the story, she's like a news reporter or a lawyer, and they're eating a hot dog at a local park, and she's giving him the information. Why is he not wearing a cowboy hat? Oh, this is so weird.
Is this the part in the series where he's still married to the lawyer or whatever, and they're about to have a baby or something?
No, that's towards the end of the show. This is before the song "Eyes of the Ranger" even appeared yet. This is like the first season.
Oh. Okay,
the credit
gotcha.
sequence is just him on a horse. It says Walker, Texas Ranger in white text.
Hey, how's the Blu-ray of Miami Vice?
Good and bad.
Really? How so?
Don't listen to the 5.1 surround sound mix.
Oh.
It sounds like it was recorded in a tin can.
Oh shit! I know what they did. I know exactly what they did.
Now, if you watch, like, the picture quality is solid, especially in the first episode. It looks phenomenal. Because, okay, a lot of people don't know this, but when you watch the first 3 or 4 episodes of Miami Vice, it has a different intro than the main one.
Mm-hmm.
So it has like a different theme song slightly, and it has different video clips. And it's weird though, if you watch the first episode, all the intro video clips are in like beautiful high def, like the colors are so rich it's almost like makes you want to puke, right? But then the subsequent episodes, they're all muddy. So there's not consistency there. But I'm glad I own the box set because it's a really good-looking box set. They did kind of cheap out on the cases though. They're like they put 2 discs on one little spindle. So they have
yeah. Whenever I got the Psych box set, that did the exact same thing. And like the thing is that with it being a little like really skinny plastic pieces, the back of the case I have for Psych, like you can see there's a crack going all the way through it. Luckily, it hasn't been. It's not like to the point where the whole thing's breaking apart, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I'll be extra careful with it because it's Miami Vice. But on the positive, they got all the licensed music, so there's no gap there.
That's good. That's really good.
So I mean, like, if you put it on the 2.1 stereo mix and you sit down and watch it, it looks great. It's the best you've ever seen a show. It's definitely worth the $47. I suggest you guys both buy it.
I might
have
have
to do
that.
that.
Sure.
Oh shit! I got Clone High in the mail.
What's that?
Clone High, the
the
MTV
show.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah. I was like, wait, like you got high with somebody? Okay.
No, I will do that when I
A guy named Clone.
the guy named Clone.
That's what I'm gonna name my third child, Clone Hicks.
Clone.
He'll hate me.
No, I got it, and apparently there's like a bunch of special features on it. There's video clips of everybody doing their audio for the show. There's commentary. There's footage of apparently they did a live action rereading like they did for Archer. They did that on stage somewhere. Like it's crazy.
Did you get that on Black Friday?
I did not. I got it beforehand because I really wanted it really bad. It was really cheap. It was like $10 on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I was willing to pay the $100 for Miami Vice, but then I'm glad I didn't.
That really sucks about the 5.1 mix. I mean, I know why that happened because that's happened to me before, and that's just retarded how they put that much effort and money into it, and they just like, oh yeah, this sounds like a tin can. That's dumb.
Well, it's Mill Creek Entertainment, and I don't think they put too much money into it besides getting the license.
Gotcha.
Because there's advertisements on the front of the disc.
Oh, God.
It says like Mill Creek Entertainment, blah blah blah, Miami Vice. You know, like if I was doing the art design for this, I would have just had the disc be pure white with it said Miami Vice, disc 1, and then the episodes on it. Not Mill Creek Entertainment and all this other bullshit. And then when you get to the end, it's got this really odd DVD authoring screen. It's like trademark blah 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 blah, and it looks like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
Either way, Mill Creek, I'm glad you put out Miami Vice. I bought it real quick because I'm worried that once it goes out of print, they'll never release it again.
That's entirely a thing that might happen because Blu-rays. I mean, usually they'll do a small run of, especially old shows like that. They do a very small run of them, and if they don't make the money back, they won't remake them, or they won't bother doing another run of them at all. So.
Yeah, I'm concerned that the licensing with the music is what's going to prevent that from ever coming out again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing that would have, well, I mean, there would have been many things to make this set better, but it would be nice if this set came. Now it doesn't matter because you gave them to me, but like digital copies of all the episodes in high def.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but this is Mill Creek Entertainment we're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean they're not Sony where they're gonna give you like the fucking ultraviolet copy, on the account you have as well. So.
I love ultraviolet movies, by the way. I thought I never would. God damn, do I love them.
Do you have that?
What'd you say, Dion?
I haven't gotten into them yet. I just never really had the reasoning to start.
Well, what's nice is like I'll be taking a dump. I'll be taking a dump somewhere like that has Wi-Fi, and I'll be like, "This is gonna be a few minutes. I'm gonna watch Weird Science, or I'm in the mood to watch Spider-Man or something." Like I got the Spider-Man trilogy on my ultraviolet collection.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Now, can you buy movies and put them on there? Or is it like only the ones you get, like little ones with the codes that you put on there?
You can buy. There's a whole store.
Okay, I mean, I assume they're like horribly expensive.
They're like $14.99.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I won't pay $14.99 for a
digital copy.
Disc. Yeah. Digital copies are just added bonuses.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I see it as well. I mean, no, I ain't gonna do that.
I'm pissed though. On my old Apple account, I bought a bunch of Doctor Who episodes because I got them like for $6 a season.
Uh-huh.
But then my old computer was stolen, and I don't remember the information on that Apple account, so they're gone.
That's fucking horrible.
Just do the recovery thing, like, because do you remember the email that you put on there?
Yes, my MSU account.
Do you still have your MSU email?
I mean, it's still active. I don't use it, but.
Yes,
Dion, to be honest, I don't care enough to do it.
Well, okay, there you go. Now we've got down to the goddamn meat and potatoes. Oh shit, man, my computer. I don't remember. You got an email? Yeah?
Dude, I haven't honestly until right this moment. I haven't even thought about it. Like, oh, Doctor Who. Well, I don't give a shit about that show anymore. Ever since Joel left, I got a lot cooler.
You were really into Doctor Who, and I was like, yeah, man, it's British TV, so like that's cool.
I like other British shows like Black Mirror. I think that show's good. It still has its faults, but yeah, Doctor Who just got. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like that guy, but honestly, once something gets to a certain level where everybody's into it, I kind of get burnt out because it's like every fat chick at a convention is dressed as a phone box because it's big. And why is he dressed like Crockett from Miami Vice? Hold on, sorry.
Or better yet, they're dressed either as a phone book or a Dalek.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, it makes me sexy. It's like, no, it doesn't, lady. It makes you look like a fucking odd shape.
Yeah, you look like a fat Dalek is what you look like. I'm sorry. Pick something else.
I mean,
you could have been a fat Wonder Woman, but I guess it didn't have your size.
Well, they're out of fat Harley Quinns.
And fat Supergirls.
Dude, I subconsciously skipped one out on Halloween because I didn't want to see fat Harley Quinn everywhere.
Oh my god! Dude, I went to Dragon Con. There weren't that many fat Harley Quinns. There were a lot of Harley Quinns though. There weren't a lot of fat ones.
I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but like, if you want to dress up as a character, look the fucking part. If I was like really buff, I would do Batman or Darth Vader. That's about it. I don't really think I could pull off like Superman because I'm not white. I don't have that kind of hair, and it would just look really stupid to be like Superman that's half black with sideburns. Like, that's just not a cool look. Now Darth Vader, I'm in a full fucking costume. If I'm just like thin enough, I'll look just like in the movie.
And plus, black is slimming, so you're fine. I mean, nobody will really know that you're that big.
Yeah, it's like I'm the Dark Lord of the Sith. Don't fuck with me. I look cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I was Darth Vader for Halloween, and it worked out real well. Big black guy in a big black suit.
It's funny though. Darth Vader was voiced by a black guy, but not played by a black guy.
Boom! Inception. Mind blown.
Really? Is it blown?
Well, I mean, my mind's not blown. I knew that shit a while ago, but no, I mean, I'm sure that there are people out there like, wait, what? James Earl Jones, not only is he not dead, but he was the voice of Darth Vader? What?
Would you guys like to talk about a dead guy real quick?
Depends.
John Glenn died a few hours ago.
What?
I don't care either, but
Damn.
yeah, the first
Johnny.
man to orbit.
Johnny.
Johnny, no!
I'll never want to go to the moon again, Johnny. God damn it.
Johnny, wake up! Is he dead?
Johnny!
Leave us!
Please no, not Mr. Glenn, no.
Oh God, the Glenn.
We've
already lost Glenn from The Walking Dead. Now we've
Not
lost
the-
John Glenn in real life.
Not the Glenn,
God
no.
damn it.
I
This is
can't
the
do
worst
it.
year for Glenn's.
Well, if we lose Glenn Beck, it'll kind of even out the.
That's true. Yeah.
Then it'll be okay. We'll be fine then. But here's hoping Glenn Beck dies.
Do we really want to lose the guy who cries on TV and is like legit crying, but not like crying because he's sad, but crying because he took way too much fucking LSD and he is tripping fucking balls? Like, do we really?
Didn't he want to make his own like Glenn Beck like land or whatever, his own like housing development or some shit?
Like the Blaze. The Blaze is the name of his network. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
He's got that crazy bitch Tommy Lauren. Her show is on his network.
God.
Oh yeah, I saw her interview with Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's not as witty as Jon Stewart, but it does help when you're talking to a crazy person.
Well, I would put it like this:
But
if
she's
I was
so
on,
hot.
if,
But she's
if
so
I was
hot.
in her position, I would say Trevor.
Trevor?
You're only Trevor. You're only as smart as your writers, and you need new writers because you're coming off like a fucking dick. Like, I watched that whole interview, I was like, this guy doesn't know how to argue because he would just cut her off and put words in her mouth and change the subject real quick. It's not like he responded to anything.
Right.
Well,
No,
I mean,
he didn't.
he kept asking her like, "How do you want black people to protest?" And she just never answered him at all.
Oh, well, no one's ever going to say that Tommy Lauren won that. She's just like, oh, shit. Glenn Beck and his writers aren't here to tell me what to say. But I'm really good looking. God damn it, I'm good looking. And everyone's like, you are. You can say some crazy shit. I will never listen. So you are so fine.
No, she is. Oof.
Did you see that video of the Young Turks get trolled at their own press event?
Yeah,
No,
I did.
I didn't see that. How
I absolutely
awesome was
hate
that?
those motherfuckers, like with a passion.
Really?
I know
Oh
that-
my God.
you do hate him, and I'm always like, oh.
No, they're fucking idiots, all of them, especially Anna Kasparian, or fuck, I said it right the first time. Fuck her. No, but there was a guy in the crowd, and they're like, "Sir, do you have a question?" And yeah, he's like, "I got a question." And so he starts talking about one thing, and he goes, like, "Why are the Young Turks full of shit or something?" And like, it throws everybody off,
Yeah,
and
it
they
was.
don't know what to do, and it was just really
Yeah.
fucking hilarious to me.
Oh
It was
my
that.
God.
Dude, I can't remember what. It was that other dude that him and Cenk Uygur have been getting into a bunch of shit. I can't remember what show the guy's from, but he's like, I don't think he has. It's not on Fox News, but he has one of those like crazy right wing radio shows.
What's the difference, bro?
Hey, I know a lot of white people who don't watch
Hey,
that,
this is-
so I'm not
this
going
is
down
the-
that rabbit hole.
This is the first episode of World Class Bullshitters without a white person on it, isn't it?
I think you're right. I
That's
think
true.
you're
Holy
right.
shit.
I mean, there's no Phil, there's no Dan, and there's no Loudy. Because Loudy's like, I'm not white. Loudy, you have red hair and freckles, dude. Like, you have brown hair and freckles. I don't care how mixed you are, you're still fucking as white as they come.
Yeah, dude. Sorry.
Your name is Eric. The only black Eric that is cool is Eric LaSalle. And you
See,
know
I
I'm
was-
fucking right, too.
I was gonna say Eric Benet, but I'm like, yeah, but you cheated on Halle Berry, motherfucker. You lost all my respect.
Damn. How do you cheat on that? Damn.
Because she's
I've been
a
asking that
straight-up
for the
bitch.
last 10 years.
Yeah, but you got to actually interact with her. It's not like just because she looked good at some points in her career meant she was actually nice.
Listen, that doesn't mean that's not why. This is the same woman who accepted a Razzie. You know, apparently every time, or she's never been like shitty to people, to fans that I know of. And then plus, on top of that shit, she married what's his name?
Dave
Frank
Justice and ruined his career.
who?
She was married to a baseball player and took all of his fucking money before she got real famous. She's a bitch.
Yeah, well, I think that's because he like crazily cheated on her, if I remember correctly.
Oh, number one thing on Google: did John Glenn die?
Well, at least people are making sure that it's real and not just taking Facebook's,
Dude, I was typing in, is Halle Berry a bitch? It's just, is Halle Berry dead? Halle Berry dead, 2016. Actress killed by celebrity death hooks. Wait.
What?
Hold on, you want me to read this?
Yes.
Okay, this comes from Media Mass. It says, Halle Berry dead, 2016 actress killed by internet death hoax. News of actress Halle Berry's death spread quickly earlier this week. I didn't hear about it, causing concern among fans across the world. However, the December 2016 report has now been confirmed as a complete hoax, just as the latest in a string of fake celebrity death reports. Thankfully, the actress, known for her roles in Monsters Ball or X-Men, that's oddly written, or X-Men, I put and X-Men, is alive and well.
Apparently that guy really likes Monster Ball. Like, he really just, got a hard-on for her Monster Ball.
Listen, if Halle Berry was sitting there with no shirt going, make me feel good, you would love to watch that movie over and over again, too.
Well, she gets topless in Swordfish.
It's true. It's only for a couple seconds, though.
Yeah, but that's why you got the Blu-ray and the pause button.
Oh my God! There's a video on YouTube called Halle Berry hanged then shot.
What?
What?
What the fuck is that?
That person is winning a Pulitzer for literature.
Oh, Halle Berry doesn't want you to know how crazy she is.
That could. Ooh.
By all accounts, my penis. Halle Berry is one of the most beautiful women in the world. I'm not gonna read this. That's retarded. I hate when writers are trying to be funny, but they just fall flat. You know what? When I make it famous and somebody has a celebrity death hoax, I'm gonna let that shit play out for months. Like, I'm gonna go into hiding. I'm not even gonna tell my own mom. I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna ride this one out. They'll be like, oh my God, the search for Jeff Hicks's body continues. Day 88. We haven't found him yet.
And
you'd be like Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, and me and Dan are gonna be like, we know where the fuck he is. We're not gonna say shit though.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make it so legit that you guys are gonna actually think I'm dead. But I'm gonna fuck up because one of these days I'm gonna be on Facebook Messenger and it's gonna say Dion sent a GIF and I'm gonna look at it and I go, fuck, now they know I'm alive. And then it's gonna blow up. Because Phil will be the one to tell everybody.
Now I know that when you send it, I'll be like, I'll just wait for a sighting of that giant ass half black son of a bitch Jeff Hicks, because ain't no one gonna be like, is that no? You don't say is that Jeff Hicks. You know, you ain't somebody that fucking disappears in the crowd. So
I am the crowd. Oh no, dude! I'm just gonna go up into the woods and hang out. Maybe I'll wear a Chewbacca costume or something. Hope not to get shot.
And then you get shot because somebody thinks you're Bigfoot.
I'll wear an orange vest that says "Do not shoot," not Bigfoot.
And that'll confuse the fuck out of them even more. Because apparently Bigfoot can make an orange vest and spell.
Are you Bigfoot? I'll take off my mask and go, no, I'm not Bigfoot. I'm just hiding out in the woods.
Yeah, let's
kill somebody?
There's not going to be enough time for you to take the mask off. They're going to see a giant fucking hairy motherfucker shoot him, and they'll be like, God damn, I knew Bigfoot was big, but god damn.
Joke's on you, I'm going to have a Kevlar bodysuit underneath.
So much planning for this.
Because you know what? If some person goes to that much effort online to say, hey, Jeff Hicks is dead, I'm going to make sure, one, I don't die in the process of doing this, and two, I'm going to make it worth their time. Like, I'm going to become the biggest news story ever. And they're going to be like, what were you doing all this time when you were in hiding? I wasn't in hiding. I was preparing for a film, Just some bullshit story. I'm going to play James Franco in my next film or something like that. So I did something as retarded as he was.
I wasn't hiding. I was hiding at my mom's house, and I kept going to Waffle House. What? I wasn't doing anything bad.
Dude,
Daniel
you
Day-Lewis
haven't had
is
my
my
mom's
hero.
cooking.
I was preparing for a movie role in the woods.
My left foot, my right foot. That's my movie I'm making.
The Dr. Phil story.
Well, his would be left foot, no foot. The Dr. Phil story. Oh my God.
How alcoholic root beer did me in.
I lost my foot. I lost my kidneys. My dick don't work.
And I can't drink yeast ever again.
I got AIDS.
Oh, Jesus.
I got pounded in the butt by a guy named Butch. Like, life is good. I can just see Phil like sitting on like a chair with a stump of a foot telling his life story.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And it's like that's like like the stump is still like really like still a cankle. It's just like a really chubby stump. And like but he's got a sock on it and it's just on the bottom half of the stump and he's like, "I'll tell you what, boy. I said it for years. There was poison in that goddamn root beer. Nobody believed me. Then I lost my fucking foot."
He tries to sue the makers of Not Your Father's Root Beer. They're like, "Sir, our root beer's not poison. You're just a diabetic."
Oh my god.
Like it goes to court. Mr. Seitz goes to Washington.
That reminds me of Keenan and Kel of like, I put the screw in the tuna. That's what that reminds me of.
I haven't watched this show in 20 years almost.
Yeah, that's what exactly that reminds me of.
Oh my god.
Mm-mm.
Wow, this episode has a lot more going on than I thought it would.
Because we're world-class bullshitters, man. I'm trying to tell you.
That's true. Oh, by the way, when I looked up Halle Berry, it said, how old is Halle Berry? Halle Berry's 50, and then related celebrities.
Damn.
Jennifer Lopez is 47. She's still.
She's only 47? Damn.
She's only 47. That means she got famous really early on. She was blowing James Carey on the set of In Living Color.
Probably.
She ran it. Dude, I bet you the Wayans brothers all banged her back in the day.
You know they did.
She was a fly girl. Yeah, they all fucking ran the train on all of them, guaranteed.
Back when she had really pale white skin and a dark bush, like that was the Jennifer Lopez they knew.
Yeah. They still have Polaroids of that shit.
I would love to see a Polaroid of Jennifer Lopez's anus, but I'm not at that level yet. One day.
One day.
I told you, man, I'm gonna use my celebrity to see like every the most like obscure celebrity nudity ever. It's like, hey, there's a picture of Taylor Swift's left tit at Waffle House or something. Like I will be in possession of that photograph, man. That's the good I'm gonna bring to the world. It's like, hey, have you ever wanted to see, name a celebrity that you want to see nude, Nick, that hasn't been nude. I got photos of it. Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, all right.
That's the kind of guy I want to be. It's like, yeah, and for a small price, small loan of $1 million, they can be yours. Some dumb shit like that.
It was not easy for me.
I built the greatest assets in the world.
Jeff will be part of the Fappening Part 2.
It'll be the best happening ever.
His will be the actual coming out. It'll be like his dick. It'll be pictures of him fucking, like, what's her fucking nuts? Selena Gomez. It'll actually just be Jeff, and like he'll have the Jeff face with his mouth open and thumbs up to the camera and eyes real big. And it's just the coming, and it'll just be every celebrity, just be him fucking them. Like it was his phone that got tapped.
But Selena Gomez is so small, though. She's small.
I would still do it because one, she's legal, and it would be fun to be like, hey, there's a giant, and then there's Selena Gomez, and it's just, it's like, those quick shot photos where you can like see motion happen if you put them all together. Like you can watch the moment I break her spirit and her asshole. It's just like,
oh my god!
Everyone's like, what did you do to her? I was like, it's completely consensual. You can't send me to court or jail. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I have a signed affidavit. I had 6 witnesses.
Whoa.
There was a photographer. His name was Nick. He was there.
Oh Jesus! What?
He filmed the whole thing.
As long as I get paid, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I told you, when I make it, we all make it. And I mean, who else is gonna be?
I'll press record on the camera and then leave the room. But okay.
Hey, just as long as you were there. Like Dion, I'll get you pictures of Sigourney Weaver.
Fuck yeah.
Taking a shower in 1977.
Hey. Plus, I want that, and the second thing I want is I want the knowledge of knowing the man that finally had sex and stole Lady Gaga's talent through her vagina, because she actually believes that, and to know the man that did it, I would be honored, sir.
Is that why she hasn't done anything in a while?
Well, probably it's all up her snatch, man. She's like, I ain't letting this out yet. The world's not ready. The world's not The world's not ready. Rama, ha-ga-ga.
Well, she, for as ugly as her face is, her body's like that much better.
See, I don't think she's that ugly. I mean, she's not.
Okay, fine. It's the nose. Okay, it's the nose.
I can get past it.
By the way, if I seem distracted, my mom's trying to get up for work, right? And her alarm's going off, and it's the Flintstones theme. So all of a sudden I just hear, yabba dabba doo! When we're talking about vaginas.
Make sure you cover up the mic so it doesn't get flagged.
Can you hear it right now?
No.
Oh.
Then you won't be able to hear it, because I'm hearing it right now. It's playing currently.
Okay. Yeah, I can't hear it at all. I don't know how good YouTube's mics are. They may be able to pick up, the kid across the street playing like a Justin Bieber song or something and flag it, just
I live in a
of
shit neighborhood. No one listens to Justin Bieber around here.
That's probably true.
Thankfully. Plus, there are no little kids in my neighborhood. Well, there's a family that lives next door to me. I'm pretty sure the mom beats the son, but
well, that's because all the kids in your neighborhood died of heroin overdoses.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's 17 in the area. Children.
Jeez, yeah, there was an article reading that like heroin overdoses are like the leading cause of death in America.
At this point, I'm just like, let them go. I mean, these people aren't accidentally just like, oh, oops, I fell and took heroin. It's like, God damn it, people, when will you learn?
Damn it, that needle got in my arm again.
I went to take a shit at the Walmart and there was a heroin needle in my ass. Like, oops.
Hey man, it happens from time to time. It happens from time to time.
Well, also, I mean, it's a good thing that they die because then they can go spend their money and buy more heroin. So, that kind of dwindles the, supply and demand thing and the money to get heroin. So that's fine.
Yeah,
Jesus, like I'm talking to the host and the co-host of Fox News The Five over here. God damn.
Bro, this is InfoWars Entertainment Edition. All we need is Leanne McAdoo and her big jugs. You can say what you want about that channel. Like, at least the two women on there are really cute. So
I know that's
entertaining to watch.
Dude, if it works and it ain't broken, don't fix it, man. Because listen, at least you got the eye candy. I'm all for
it. Yeah, I mean, and they're not like uppity, like don't look at my boobs or what. Well, you got Anna Kasparian who has none. She's just like a fucking floating head that's mildly attractive. But her body is like
I think you're letting your hatred get ahead of get in the way here.
No, I mean I can name dozens of better looking ladies on the news than her, but I mean, do you want me to?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, that's not going to change the fact that she's very, very, I guess, propositional as far as, yes, I'll poke you a few times, Anna. If you really want me to, I will poke you.
Yeah, but you're a married man.
That's not the point. It's the principle of the matter. This is for America. This is for the rights of Americans. I will do that.
But she's not even an American herself, so I wouldn't worry about it. Is she? She's like, I'm Armenian, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, lady, I don't give a shit where you come from. I think you're a fucking idiot. Like, you could come from my next door neighbor's house, and I'd think you're an asshole. And I'd feel like an asshole because I live that close to you. It's funny? We're like a month outside of the election, and the world hasn't ended yet.
I know, it's crazy.
Nobody moved to Canada.
Ooh, we all knew that was going to happen.
No,
nobody
was ever going to move to Canada. They just kept saying that shit. And if any of our listeners knows anybody who did move to Canada after the election, please let us know, because I just want to know that actually happened. Like, somebody had the balls and was just like, yep, I'm out, and just left.
Nothing's happened yet. I mean, it's Christmas time. Kinda. By the way, not next week, but the week after, the episode before the holiday hits, we're gonna do a Christmas episode. Phil's like, "Can we do one?" And I said no. And then I said, because next week is Star Wars. He thought I was mad at him, so I was fucking with him for a minute. And then I was like, "Sorry, dude, Star Wars."
No, just leave it at that. No, we're not doing that.
I love to say shit to these guys and make them think I'm pissed off at them, but in no way am I angry. Like, the other day we went to breakfast and Loudy's like, I got us a booth. I'm like, we need a fucking table, dude. And then, like, the first thing he does when I come, he's like, I'm so sorry I got a booth. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, do I fucking let this go on? Maybe I can, like, guilt him into buying me breakfast. I really don't give a shit that we're sitting in a booth. It's just like, we're all large people except Loudy. He's tiny. Like, we need more space. It's not an anger thing. It's a, Loudy, I can't sit next to you because my elbows will fucking hit you in the chin. Like,
Well, I'm just saying, you're living proof that those colored folks, they're scary. They're scary.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing, Dion. I don't care how well you see color. The average white person I meet doesn't really assume I'm half black.
No, yeah, because they don't know what you are. They're like, what planet is he from? Is he like the last of the ogre clan? Like, this dude is huge, and he probably takes dumps that are bigger than me. That's why.
You ever seen Shrek, motherfucker? On the basis.
They're like, you giant son of a bitch. What do you do for a living? Are you a mercenary? How many people have you killed? That's the first thing I thought when I saw you. I saw this giant dude with thick curly hair. I was like, how many men's lives has he taken at this point? How many dreams has he stolen? How many children's skulls does he have on his banister at home? That man has done things to people. Damn it, I know it. I can feel it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's my best friend now. So he hasn't killed anybody yet, but I won't say he hasn't killed anybody.
Or that you know of. Or that you know
of. Right.
Oh my God, Bryan Cranston's in this episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh my God.
Is he playing a drug dealer?
I don't know. It just said guest starring Bryan Cranston, so it's gonna get good. But Dion, I've never killed anyone yet. And I don't have any banisters at my house to put children's skulls on. I would have to, I don't know where I'd put them. But I don't have them yet.
Tote bags, I would assume. Put them in some tote bags.
Why? Why would I keep them in tote bags?
I'm just saying, because you're huge, man. And, there have been warriors in human history, and you've killed some of them. You have taken their lives because they weren't man enough to take down the giant Hicks. They just call you the Hicks. In some circles, in fight clubs, in underground Cincinnati, they're just like, dude, I hope the Hicks isn't there tonight, man. Because
I'm only 28 years old and I'm a myth.
So much. I love this so much.
You know what, listeners? If you have a good myth about me, write it down in the comments section. And if you make me genuinely laugh, I'll read it on air next week.
We'll tweet it out as if it's real. We'll do that.
Yeah, it's like, it'll be like Chuck Norris facts, except, mythical.
Exactly.
I like how serious you're taking this, Dion.
Yeah, he's
deep down in your heart, you want to believe these things.
I'm just saying. You brought up a good point. You're like, a lot of people don't know that I'm black. I'm like, it ain't because they don't know that you're black. It's because they are scared shitless. They're probably at least 30% of the people that met you soiled themselves. They're like, Jesus Christ, this is a real life Conan that I'm looking at. This giant beast of a man.
Oh, dude, I did scare a girl at Steak and Shake about 2 months ago, and I wasn't even trying to scare her. I was asking for some of that French fry seasoning. She's like, we don't have that. We've never had that. I'm like, you guys had it last time I was here. And she goes, oh, and she jumps back. She's like, I can bring you some in a cup. I'm like, okay. And that was the end of it. But she was legitimately scared.
It's because she looked at you. She's like, "That's probably the man that killed my husband."
Oh, this girl was probably about 17 or 18. So.
Oh, you killed her father then. You killed her father. That's what happened. She's like, "Oh my God, that's the man that killed my father all those years ago."
Your daddy didn't leave when he went out to get cigarettes. I murdered him with my fucking hunger. I ate him. They'll never find his body. I ate him bones and all.
I beat him to death with my bare hands, and I drank his blood out of his boot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would do that.
You somehow beat the shit out of him, poured his blood into his boot, and then poured it into your mouth. I love it. I love it.
What actually happened, Nick, is I ripped his leg off, and he bled out into the boot.
Okay, I'll take that.
What I did is I squeezed him like an orange to get all the blood out.
See, the other thing I think of is when you don't do a Sasquatch murder, you're the Predator in Predator 2. So when you kill a dude, you're like cleaning him up in the alley, and then you're just like, you kill Gary Busey, like at least a couple or guys like Gary Busey, where they're just like, it's between me and him, and then you just knock his head off with one single punch. And then you rip out their skull, and a fucking streak of lightning comes down behind you, and you roar into the night sky, and then you go, the Hicks!
Jesus Christ! What we need are a bunch of like hero posters of you. That's what we need.
Yeah,
like a series of find us in posters of you in various, like, mimicking various other movie posters and superheroes, and just like have you in that position. That's what we need.
Deal.
Like Punisher and like Predator, Alien. I mean, just like all kinds of weird stuff, you know.
And it'll say the Hicks, but it'll be in the font of that movie. So Predator 2, it'll just be the Hicks 2, but in that Predator font. And then
it'll be like, there was no Hicks 1.
Yeah. And then it'll be like the Punisher, but it'll be the Hicks, but in that same font, and then there'll be a skull over the eye. It'll just be you on Tom Jane's body with a shirt with your face on it.
I think I would need to have a bigger body because it's like, one, my face won't match his body. Well, he's got a coat on.
There you go.
We'll color the hands a little bit. I want to make this a thing. I wish we had a big enough fan base where I could have people like, I could say, hey, listeners, Photoshop me in the Punisher poster, and it would look good. Like, anyone could do it in Microsoft Paint, and I'll just laugh and be like, no. But one day we'll get there. I mean, shit, we're on our way to 2100 already. Exactly. I want to wake up one day and be like, hey, I put up a video, and 1 hour later it's got 40,000 views. That's the world I want to live in.
It'll happen.
I want it to.
Because then everyone will know the story of the Hicks. Like, you know, when I went camping and I came back without my scout troop and they could never find their bodies. But they were looking at their bodies in my stomach. You know, shit like that.
Right.
I murdered my baseball coach with my bare hands at 7 years old, you know. He didn't put me in the game, I took him out of life. You know, whatever. It's cool.
God.
Shit.
Jeez.
I made his wife watch. But I let her live, because she would live with the fear. She's like, I told her, if you ever tell anyone, I will find you, and I will end you.
And I slashed her across the face, so when she becomes an old woman, she'll retell the story of how she faced down the Hicks and lived.
Yeah. Smacked her with my wiener and gave her a concussion. You know, stories like that. She's just like, I woke up and I was in a lot of pain. And I don't remember the rest. But I knew the Hicks was there.
And I think I was pregnant. I'm not sure.
It took 5 minutes for the baby to gestate. I told Dion this story because it would happen in Michigan, Nick. But when I was in a Taco Bell once, I saw my doppelganger, and it was weird.
Oh God, I've seen my doppelganger a couple times, and it's very odd.
Did your doppelganger acknowledge you looked like him?
Yeah, it was kind of like that whole like mirrored clone thing that you do for like a minute, and it was just really, really weird because it's happened to me more than like 3 times. It's very odd. So I think
the thing with me,
I
was in a Taco Bell and saw it.
Well, I think at this point I've just been cloned a lot, and that's weird. So I think that's what's happened.
Well, I want to go to some random island and scare the natives. No, and you guys will be there with me, and you'll just scream, "The Hicks!"
I just want that to happen now.
I know this is retarded, but I always said if I could time travel, I would go back in time to the early American settlers and like fuck with them. I would dress up like Satan and like appear out of the woods and use like a boombox to create music and shit. I wonder how it would like affect American history.
You would be painted on walls like throughout the land in the Native Americans' caves. Like they would have totem poles like dedicated to you and shit. Like that's what would happen.
I would speak to him like over like a voice modulator, like, "Leave this land forever and never come back, or Satan will envelop the earth," or some dumb shit like that. Cause I could just imagine those like simple people freaking the fuck out. Like I think they'd probably, you know.
Well, either they would fear you or they would make you a god. It would be one of the two.
Hey, if they made me a god, I'd be cool with that. I'd be like, bring me your most attractive women that don't have STDs and have their teeth, and we'll call it a day. I would actually innovate a lot of modern technology, like the toothbrush, the like dental floss. Basically, I would invent all the basic shit that I could.
Yeah, I mean, if you could invent a lot of hygiene stuff, then yeah, I mean, their life expectancy would go up drastically, and you know they could live longer and hopefully stay off disease more, and maybe make more cool shit. So that's always.
I would also invent Spider-Man.
Imagine you go back and invent like all the pop culture shit: Star Wars, Spider-Man, Marvel, everything. How fucking crazy would that be?
I invent modern copyright laws too. So then when I come back to the future and all these people have been working on it for all these years, I just collect like a $1 trillion check.
God.
They're like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be an easy life. See, I never want to go back and like kill Hitler or do anything dumb. I just want to fuck with like simple people.
Never want to go back and save the Jews. No, that's too much. I just want to go fuck. I just want to go fuck with the natives.
Well, it's not about wanting to save the Jews, but like for
No.
example,
I get it. It's fine, man. It's fine.
I think a lot of us wouldn't exist because if World War II didn't go down the same way, think of all the people who wouldn't have been born.
Yeah.
Like, I could be cutting out my own family lineage if I go and stop Hitler.
True.
So, self-preservation, man. The Hicks has got to live.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, that all seems like a good idea, but you don't know the repercussions or anything like that. I mean, it's just, that's all it is.
It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
But even then,
Ace.
if that's your whole intention for building a time machine, it wouldn't work anyways.
Mine would just be to make a fuckload of money. I want the same. I would tell myself also to get in better shape at a younger age. But other than that, I want all the same interpersonal relationships.
I think
I just want a lot of money.
Sadly, I think all of us would probably do that.
I would go to like a 13-year-old Jeff and be like, no more ice cream, no more pop. This is going to help you out in the long run. Go start lifting weights now. And
for the love of God, eat a salad every once in a while. Shit.
Oh, I like salads.
Don't portray on the us, Nick. Don't portray your past on the us. God damn it.
It was a rough. I'm sorry. It was a rough pass, and I don't want to get into it. I'm sorry.
The shores of Samoa was not all easy. It wasn't all coconuts and rum. God damn it.
It was mostly blood of the enemies,
and rum, bloody rum. Yeah.
Ooh. A bloody rum nipple. That's my new drink. A blimple.
Well, I'll make blimples whenever we get to WrestleMania.
Blimples. Phil, be like, what's a blimple? Just drink it, Phil, and shut up. I like it.
Why am I blind? Don't worry, Phil. It'll go away in about 2 hours.
Yeah, please try not to have a diabetic coma, you piece of shit.
Oh, God damn. Oh,
that's why I imagine Nick saying. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm
okay. I loved that little argument you guys had the other day on Facebook. It was hilarious.
Well, I wasn't having a good day, and Phil was being an asshole. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep digging the knife in and twisting until I hurt a nerve. And eventually, I did, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
It was funny. He's like, green is not your color. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Because he was talking shit about your beard. I'm like, you have the most full beard of anyone on the group. Like, you can make fun of my beard, or you can make fun of Dan's beard because it's ugly. Like, it's just, it looks like pubic hair. And not the good kind that, like, you see a chick take off her underwear, you're like, oh, that's kind of hot. Like, I don't know, like, a hillbilly from the just gross.
Yeah, and I was like, Phil, I take time and I shape it, I put oil in it, and I make it nice, and his looks like he's a Duck Dynasty reject. Like, that's what I said.
That was a burn. I was like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
You see what happens, listeners, when you don't join our Facebook group?
Yeah.
There are 2,040 of you at the time of this recording, and there's only like 130 people in the group. Like, fucking join. You can talk to us. You can suggest episode topics. You can have conversations with us. You can get special shout-outs. Like today is a special shout-out, an early happy birthday to Oggs for president. Like, happy birthday, Oggs. I would have said that at the beginning of the episode so you wouldn't have to wait. But I know what kind of fan you are, and you listen to everything we do. So, at the 1 hour, 20-something minute mark... You're like, hey, they mentioned me. Happy birthday. Yes,
God
happy
God
birthday
bless
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday, you beautiful son of a bitch.
If World Class Bullshitters was a small town in Manhasset, New York, you would be our mayor. Like, I'm just putting it out there. Anywhere else, I'm giving the job to Dion. But in Manhasset, New York, Oggs, you are the mayor of World Class Bullshitters. Proper.
Proper.
Oh, I can't believe we're this deep into the episode. Did you guys? Oh, Dion, I know what I wanted you to talk about. Kanye West going crazy.
Oh yeah. Surprisingly, so it being Kanye West, it wasn't as intense as I thought. But mainly, he was ended up going to the medical center at UCLA. He was doing a concert in San Jose on the 17th, I think it was, and then he just ended up leaving. Sorry, I got a little distracted here. Yeah, so then he just up and started ranting about the election and why black people need to stop talking about racism or something. And then eventually the rest of his tour was canceled. And then I think they did end up refunding a lot of the folks' money for the tour. And then again, like I said, he ended up going.
Get a refund?
Probably not.
Why? I mean, I'll get a fake ticket stub. Like, hey, I bought it, with cash. I would like a refund for the Kanye West ticket in Bogota, Colombia that I clearly attended, even though I live in Ohio. Like, give me money.
I'm trying that shit for sure. I'm trying it for sure. But anyway, yeah, he ended up going to the hospital, and then Kim was by his side the whole time, and then his mother-in-law, Kris Jenner, she commented on it, said that essentially he was exhausted, he needed to rest, and he was under observation until the 22nd. He went in on the 22nd, and he finally got out on the 30th, I believe. And then he just went home.
He was in there for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. It was.
If I had sympathy for that piece of shit, it would be right now, but I don't.
I don't either. And of course, the whole outpouring now is, oh, well, he has a mental problem, blah 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 blah, and he's
an asshole. That's his mental problem.
If anything, it's karma, son. So, but anyway, yeah, it's not as crazy as people make it out to believe, but it's Kanye, so fuck him.
Like I felt sorry for him when his mom died.
Right.
I felt like some of the backlash he got when he interrupted Taylor Swift was a little unjust. Now I just don't give a fuck. Like, Kanye West, you don't listen to World Class Bullshit, clearly. Because if you did, and you would have listened to the early episodes where we made fun of you every week, I'm sure you would have tweeted us randomly at 3 a.m. telling us how we don't have the answers, and we should buy your $80 white t-shirts, and that we're all a bunch of homos or something. I'm sure that's the verbiage you would use.
Well, even then, that's the huge problem is that again, the dude was super talented. I liked a lot of his music. And the Taylor Swift thing, the dude got drunk on stage and said something dumb. We've all done that. I was totally okay with that
last week.
We've all been super drunk at the MTV Music Awards and said some shit that we regretted.
Yeah.
That's how you celebrate, man.
Exactly. That's how you live life, bro. But to be going on and on about, first he's saying that he's the best, and that's cool. That's a thing that you need to have when you're in the showbiz. But then, every interview you do, you're getting combative with the person who's trying to do their job. Then you're going on and on about how the paparazzi, even though the paparazzi are all pieces of shit, it's all, you're like, oh, don't even look at me, man. Don't even look at me. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then someone asks you a question as part of their job. Hey, you tried to make a very pretentious line of clothing and it failed. Tell us about it. You're like, oh, you don't know me. You ain't got the answers, Sway. And it's like, dude, you're being that really obnoxious girl that no one wants to fuck, and you're just obnoxious for no reason. And so you deserve a little humble pie, son. A little bit of humble pie. I hope your ass really is having a mental breakdown, because if anyone deserves one, it's him.
I was reading an interview with one of his old security guards, that only lasted 2 weeks, and he was telling him how, okay, here's a Kanye West story, that Kanye West got upset because they went to the elevator to go up to the floor, and the security guard didn't press the button. He's like, you need to research what floor I'm on before you protect me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he said, he wasn't supposed to talk to Kim Kardashian, but he did anyway, every time, just to fuck with Kanye West. And then he said one time Kanye West needed a ride, and he bitched that there was a baby seat in the car, so the guy actually yelled at Kanye West, and Kanye West got in the front seat and didn't talk the whole trip. I could just imagine his big bald head, I ain't doing shit, and he just sits in the front of the car and sulks the whole time.
That'd be awesome.
God damn it, your wife is worth more than you are, and you have a lot. Even then, you still have a lot of fucking money, and you're gonna bitch and be a little asshole like that. What the like? It's the same thing with Justin Bieber. Like, he was on stage and got real pissed off and then like fucking left or something. It's like you have a lot of goddamn money and don't use your platform where people want to hear your music as your political platform. That's what Twitter and Facebook and that bullshit's for. Don't talk that shit at your fucking shows. We're here to see your music and here to see you perform like a god, like, you know, like you're supposed to, like we paid to see. Do your songs, talk a little bit in between, and then get the fuck off stage so we can go home.
Yeah, like, I hate modern celebrities. With the exception of The Rock, I don't think anyone is a good modern celebrity. Even Robert Downey Jr.'s done some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not even judging him on his, like, drug use or anything. It's like, you know, keep your politics out of my goddamn Iron Man movies, Robert. Speaking of Roberts, the script for the third Rob Zombie Halloween, Nick, was, like, discussed this week in public.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus! Ew.
It was supposed to have been a 3D film.
Oh yeah. I heard about that. 3D is like, I'm sorry, but 3D in theaters and TVs and everything are kind of dead. I mean, they're just kind of beating a dead horse now with that shit.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
I assume Rogue One will be in 3D. That's gonna fucking happen because they want to sell more tickets to make more money off that shit because they're gonna need it.
It is because I bought it.
Damn it, Jeff. Fuck. All right. Anyways, but I mean, I had a 3D TV at some point. I never used it. I never bought the glasses for it. I didn't care for it. Like, it was just like, oh, it's cool. That's about it.
What the fuck you buy a 3D TV for? What's the matter with you?
Well, it came in like, I had an older TV that wasn't working and I had to get a replacement. So then Sony sent me a replacement TV and it was 3D. That's what happened.
Oh. Damn,
I wish Sony would send me replacements that were better than what I bought.
Because it was a rear projector TV. You had to like pop in the projector like every. You had to pop in the bulb like every 2 years or so. They quit making the bulbs for it, and it was apparently a faulty product. So, we got a TV that was $2,200 for like $500, and it would happen to be a 3D TV.
Man, your life is like a fucking fairy tale. You get free TVs. And
it wasn't free. It was like $500.
There's forest fires that don't affect you. Like, you know. You're like the Samoan Cinderella.
I was thinking the Samoan Smokey the Bear. Only a lot more like.
Only you can prevent cabin fires.
Oh shit! That's another thing that you keep seeing pictures of, or just like where the cabins used to be. Like, you see the winding road and all the cabins in a row, but all it is fucking concrete foundations. That's it. Everything.
You know what would be really fucked up and funny is, you know, on Instagram where you can put those like static images over a real photo you're about to take?
Yeah.
Just put pictures of Smokey Bear over the remnants of like Gatlinburg's fires.
God. Jesus.
It'd be fucked up,
shit.
but it'd be funny. Oh god.
Gosh. Yeah, I think the death toll now is 14.
I'll never joke about like the dead people. Okay, maybe I will. I feel really bad if they do. Look, I feel bad that the people are dead, but it's kind of funny that it was just two rednecks like fucking around in the woods. Like, hey man, let's try this. Okay. And we ruined Gatlinburg.
Well, I mean, it is two rednecks fucking around in the woods. Nothing good ever comes of that, ever. You know?
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
They weren't fucking around in the woods. They wanted a vacation home. They wanted like a place to like fish and to gut the fish and then to make fish pie or something. I don't know.
Look,
fish pie? That's the first thing you can come up with is fish pie?
Hey, if all hillbillies were as honest as Tucker and Dale, the world would be a better place.
Yes, but they're not. They're quite a few of them are assholes.
And stinky.
And racist.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's more worse. Or what's more worse. Wow, I can't speak right now. What's worse, stinky or racist?
Racist.
Ooh, yeah, I'd have to go with racist. That's pretty. Yeah.
Stinky is what's gonna sell me. Like, I can walk away from I was at the store yesterday and there was a stinky lady, which was really rare. Like, she smelled like straight up BO, but she was dressed really nice, so it kind of threw me off.
Ugh.
Oh, real quick, before we start to put this episode away, to bed forever permanently with a gunshot to the back of the head. Louis Spina. He told me how to pronounce his name once, and I apologize. I'm just gonna say both ways so I don't get it wrong technically. But he sent me an article. It's a few weeks old, but I didn't see this. It says Star Wars writers' anti-Trump rants may hurt Rogue One at the box office. Really, I'd be surprised. It says.
Well, hold on. Was that on the Facebook group?
No, this was a private message to World Class Bullshitters.
Let me check that because I think somebody sent me that as well. Sorry, someone sent us that as well on Twitter, and the source is false.
Well, this comes from Heat Street. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fake. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, somebody said us that on Twitter. Maybe the same guy, but I checked out the website and it's fake. It's not a real thing. It's just some like bullshit thing that somebody made up.
Well, I want to see a Star Wars movie fail financially. I just put it that. If it's got to be something's got to happen. If it's got to be some bullshit Donald Trump shit, then that's fine. But one day, I'm gonna live in a world where there's a Star Wars film that just didn't live up to expectation, and Disney's gonna go, "Fuck, man, people aren't as dumb as we thought."
Oh, did you hear about the Cars 3 trailer?
Yeah,
I heard it's like really dark or something.
No, well, the first thing you see is Lightning McQueen. Like, it looks like he crashes and then he gets set on fire or something. And that's like the teaser that you see. This is like 2017, like Cars 3 or 2018. And I was like, the theory now that he dies.
Well, I've never seen Cars 1 or 2, so
that's because you're an adult. You've felt the sweet touch of a woman.
Yes, many times, and I don't want to go back to living in a world where Disney movies are my source of orgasms.
There was a point in your life where there was?
No, but...
You said go back. We all heard that.
1996 was a weird time, okay?
Don't feel bad. I was masturbating to Sigourney Weaver and Alien. Don't feel bad.
You still are.
That's also true.
But that's when it started, is what I'm trying to say. And
right, I'm not saying I'm going back. I'm saying, I'm here now. Let's do this. Good time, threatening me. Aliens, I love it.
Don't do it.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Shh. Neither does Kanye. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but like that's the thing everybody's saying right now, that he's dead and he dies in the beginning of the movie and it just kind of like goes on or something. So it's
doesn't Owen Wilson do that voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is this revenge from Disney for Owen Wilson trying to kill himself?
I have no idea. so they kill his character?
They're like, fuck you, Owen! You're gonna make us look bad by trying to commit suicide when we pay you good money to portray this fucking red CGI car. How dare you do that to us?
Wouldn't that was well before he was even in the Cars movie, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think Owen Wilson tried to kill himself in about 2011. Hold on, let me Google that. That's important.
Well, no, I think the important thing is that he failed.
When did Owen Wilson try to kill himself?
Yeah, perspective.
According to New York Post, August 28th, 2007, 9 a.m.
Wow!
Oh, that's oddly specific.
Jeez. Can you please ask her what he used and where what the thoughts were that streamed through his mind beforehand too? Jeez.
Are these the pictures that drove Owen Wilson to almost kill himself? Let's see. Scroll down for photos. It's a picture of Kate Middleton and Prince Charles, or whatever his name is. William. Harry. The bald one.
What did he have a thing for the soon-to-be queen, and he's just like, she married the
Cars
asshole,
film.
Damn it, and then like slit his wrists.
Here's some information about Cars.
Cars came out in 2006, so this is post Cars 1.
Yeah.
These movies look so retarded.
No, they are, but I mean, you gotta be a kid to enjoy them. I have a niece and nephew, and they love that shit. Love it.
Well,
I think I've seen the first one, and then that's been about it. Honestly, I've never seen the other ones.
I don't have nieces or nephews because I don't have brothers or sisters.
My brother, bro. You're my brother.
Well, D2 is like my own. If anything happens to you in the trenches of the Gulf War that we're gonna fight in Florida, and Hillary's incapable, I'll be there to help out.
And then we'll fight, and then we'll make our opus. It'll be Green in the Hicks.
as long as neither of you say this is my beautiful wife, like pull out a picture and show it to somebody. As long as you don't do that, you're fine. Because if you notice, as soon as that happens in any of those fucking movies, that motherfucker dies immediately, and then he's like, I got this note that I wrote last night for some reason. Take it, give it to my wife.
Yeah, that or 6 more days and then I'm retired.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's another. But it's always like the last week of retirement. Like they can say it throughout the movie, then it's like, bam, 7 more days, 6 more days, and I'm out. And then like bolt to the head. Oh, you're out now.
Yep, bullet right to the or the throat. Like, I always loved you.
This got dark. I like it.
Well, that shit always happens, like every fucking time. Oh god, it's like watching a horror movie and like the kids who do drugs and drink, like you immediately know who's gonna die immediately. Yep.
Oh my god, they're playing Street Fighter 2 on Walker Texas Ranger.
Holy shit.
Dated. Well, this episode's weird. This pervy guy kidnapped a girl. The guy looks like Joel, honestly. He's got he's a white guy with brown hair and glasses. Yeah, Joel, if you listen to this episode, comment below and let us know if you think you're a perv, because only you can prevent forest fires. And would you kidnap a little girl and make her play Sega Genesis?
Yes, with his meat controller.
With his meat controller.
Oh. Round 1, fight! So I'm looking through our email just for the hell of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got an email from mail.com that says, World, confirmed you have been selected to receive your Family Fun magazine. So, according to mail.com, our first name is World.
Okay.
World class, bullshitters, bitch. Oh, speaking of shit that's not world class, Nick.
Oh god.
Yoga hosers, how bad was it?
I once again I was like, all right, Kevin Smith, let's see what part 2 of your fucking dumbass trilogy is, and I was once again hopeful, once again disappointed. Jeez, man, like him and the other, I mean, his daughter and the other daughter, just like, so fucking annoying, so goddamn annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't sit through it in one sitting, so I had to get up twice. I eventually went back to finish it. Isn't it only a 90-minute movie?
Yeah, it's about 90 minutes too long.
It's absolute horseshit, dude. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I don't think he's never made a worse movie.
I mean, his last good movie was Red State. Honestly, that was a movie that it was different from what he'd done, and he had done it really well, and it was done very well. And I was like, oh, cool. He's like on a different path. He's trying some new stuff out. That's cool. It's working, fine. And then I was like, okay, Tusk came out. It's like, Kevin Smith horror movie. This could be good. I was hopeful. And I was let down immediately. Jeez. And the thing is that Johnny Depp plays the exact same character he played in Tusk in this. And it's the same thing where it's just him talking to the girls for a ridiculous amount of time and in a dumb fucking accent that doesn't really matter. And it's just, I mean, I understand you have to talk to get, dialogue going and a story going, but not that fucking long, man. Like, say your shit real quick and get the fuck out of there. Don't just, like, drag it on and just keep doing this shit. Oh, man.
Those stupid little Nazi Bratzy things, those were retarded.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like, in another... I think when they kept introducing a character, there kept being this, like, video game window that popped up, and at some point it pops up at least 3 or 4 times within like 2 minutes of it all happening. Oh, and that noise has got really irritating very quickly.
The part that pisses me off are the people that are trying to defend it online. Like, it wasn't made for you. It's a fucking movie. If I watch it and spend my time, I can criticize anything I fucking.
Yeah.
want.
As long as you've seen it, as long as you've taken the time and watched it instead of just like immediately like shitting on it, which I'm not a fan of. You have to watch it first and then make informed opinion. Yeah, if you've watched it and you can comment on it and say it's shit, then yeah, that's your opinion. You're allowed to do that. Because, God damn it, man. Whew. And the two guys that were after who all of a sudden become fucking Satanists. It was never said before. It was only said right as they were about to meet the girls. And then it's like, oh, we're Satanists, and they said, oh, go see the girls at their fucking store, and they kept like hammering home like, this is Canada. You're in Canada. We're doing this movie in Canada. You like Canada? I hope you like Canada because this is where we're here right now. Do you not know we're in Canada? Because we're in Canada. I bet you we are. Like, oh, fuck you, Kevin. Fuck you. We get it. You love Canada. Just go the fuck up there and just stay up there. Jesus. I don't care.
I mean, he already did. Jay and Silent Bob go to Degrassi.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that. Stay up there. Go to Tim Hortons and enjoy the hockey. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Go back to making Jay and Silent Bob movies. I'll fucking watch those every day of the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
don't want to watch Yoga Hosers.
I remember I watched an interview with him where he's like, I've tried to make these movies and make part twos and continuations of these movies, but nobody wants them. I mean, Mallrats is becoming a series or a TV show or whatever. It's like take the money that you're going, like, I don't know, make up some fucking movie like Yoga Hosers 2 or whatever, and then take that money, take that script, rewrite it, and then like be like Jay and Silent Bob, fight aliens or some dumb shit like that. I'll watch that. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. As much as I'm talking shit about Yoga Hosers, he pulls out another Jay and Silent Bob gem or a Clerks 3 or a Mallrats 2 or a Dogma 2 or something like that. I'm there in a fucking heartbeat. Like, I'll put it like this. Kevin Smith is coming to town in March. I was going to buy tickets for him this past Saturday. This past Friday night, I watched Yoga Hosers. I'm not buying tickets for Kevin Smith Live anymore.
Well, because honestly, honestly, you're gonna sit in line, and you'll never get your question answered because he'll answer one question and then talk for 3 hours. That's what's gonna fucking happen.
I've seen him live once as well. It was a great night. Dan was there. A couple dudes we went to high school with were there. We had a phenomenal fucking time. But he is so enamored with his daughter as an actor. She's not a good actor or a bad actor. She's just, like, there. I take that back. She's not really a good actor. Lily Rose Depp is not a good actor. It's like their first movie. You know what? Silent Bob was a better actor in Clerks, which wasn't even a real movie. It was made, like, hey, we don't know what's going to happen with this, but we're going to do it. And it was fucking phenomenal. Like, I give Kevin Smith all the credit in the world for his achievements, from going from literally nothing to, like, the bottom rung of the ladder. But hey, he made it on that fucking ladder. People like him. I've invested hundreds of dollars on Kevin Smith merchandise. I'm not embarrassed. But now I'm just like, what the fuck was I, like, it made me go back and question, was I always, like, liking how shitty his movies were, Well, like, were they always this bad?
Well, yeah, and I mean, even hearing in the interview for Yoga Hosers, he's like, oh, people who are really big fans of the podcast will get this movie, and I'm just like, why? Why are you making it so that only that very small niche of people who probably don't have that much money are going to like this movie you've made? I mean, and he was like, oh, I'm going back to like doing what I do and making stuff for myself. And I'm just like, if you make it for yourself, then don't show it to other people. Don't spend millions. Don't spend millions of dollars on it and just like, I made it for myself. It's like, no, go masturbate in the corner. Quit spending other people's money masturbating with that.
Like, he puts his wife in the movie.
His wife's in like everything.
Yeah, you know what? When I was a kid, I used to watch Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. You've seen those movies, right, Dion?
Of course, yeah. You
know the 4-girl thieves?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, who's the ugly one? Kevin Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you had Shannon Elizabeth right at the end of her run where she was like the hottest woman in the fucking world.
Right.
You had Eliza Dushku, who was like one of the hottest women in the world. You had Ali Larter, who was hot too. Like, you had 3 like fucking beautiful women, and then you had Kevin Smith's wife, who just was too thin and too awkward.
She was really gangly and just like not attractive.
The only time I've ever found her mildly attractive was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
she was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the high school lady, like, it's not shit, it's the Roving Rover, it's our monthly newsletter or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, because I mean,
like that's the
yeah,
only.
because Zack and Mary was really good. Like it was really good. I really enjoyed that movie. I bought it,
Yeah.
and I really like it. I don't know what happened to him. I think he like
He
was
had people
putting-
helping him write that movie.
That's probably what it was. That's I want to think he was putting a clock up in his bathroom and slept on the toilet and banged his head and then like lost all of his talent.
Well, no, he started doing like drugs a lot, like smoking weed all the time.
Oh shit!
He would get ideas for movies and smoke pot. It's like, Kevin Smith, look, I know you got an infinite revenue because of what you did in the past. Like, go back to making some quality shit. Like, here's the thing, he made the View Askew universe films and he's like, I'm done. So then he came out with Jersey Girl, and that was a fucking flop. And then he did a couple other smaller things, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going back to what I know. I'm going back to Clerks. So he makes Clerks 2. Clerks 2 was phenomenal. It was a continuation of the first movie. It had a lot to say about the generation that Kevin Smith came from, as well as the characters Dante and Randall. And in many ways, it's better than the first one.
Yeah, and I mean it was
in most ways.
yeah, it was very in depth. It was very good. Like it was awesome. I loved it. And I mean, yeah, he's doing movies for himself and his kids and shit like that. But I don't understand that. It's like, you know, people are gonna remember these really the last shitty movies you've done. They're gonna remember those, not the good ones you've done. That's what's gonna happen. They'll be like, oh, that's an asshole made those 3 shitty movies in a row. That's what he's gonna end up being.
It's like when I watched Yoga Hosers. It's like, I get it, Kevin Smith. You took German in high school. So did I. But I don't try to put German shit in all my podcasts every week. I don't speak German because who gives a shit that I, took German in high school. And then he played those little Bratzy characters, which were retarded. The whole Papa. What were they saying the whole time?
Yeah, it was, and then like the fucking. I want to say Jason Voorhees,
Wunderbar.
like the Jason Voorhees thing that he had sitting there in the corner that they powered. I was like, what are you doing right now? Kane Hodder, Kane Hodder better be in that thing.
No, he's not Canadian enough. Hey, it's Ken Kirzinger.
Oh God. Jeez.
Sorry, that was a horror fan joke that like 2 people just got.
If you got that joke, please comment. Please say something in the comments.
I bet you some listeners are going to be like, I want to know what that joke means, so they're going to do a lot of research.
I hope so.
On Ken Kirzinger.
I hope so.
All of a sudden, Ken Kirzinger's going to get a fucking tweet. He's like, I haven't had a tweet in 6 months. Oh, somebody's not calling me a faggot.
I guess I can put the gun down and not shoot myself right now.
Yeah, just put the gun down, man. Here's a tweet.
He gets up off his knees. He looks at Kane Hodder in the eyes like, I will not blow you ever again, and walks out of the room.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, I watched the movie all the way through, and I was just like, I was messaging you guys about it the whole time. I was like, as soon as I turned it on, I immediately regretted it about a minute in. I was like, this is gonna be real bad real quick.
Yeah, I've never been so upset watching a movie. Like, as soon as those girls are talking to that guy playing guitar, and when they were doing that rock thing, they were like, you're supposed to say that word. It's like, fuck, this is terrible.
Yeah, they were doing some like punk rock rap thing or whatever. I was like, you're 2 white girls. Don't do this. Just
for Kevin Smith to try to write music is a joke. Like, your movies have always been underlined with a modern soundtrack. Like, whatever was popular was the shit that you put in your movies.
Oh, also, what the fuck? Stan Lee was in the movie.
Yeah, fuck you, Stan Lee, you gold-bricking son of a bitch. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you helped co-create the Marvel Universe. Helped. You didn't do it all yourself, old motherfucker.
Yeah, you
I still
can't
like
lift that
you.
much shit. Come on.
I'd give you a hug and I'd give you a straight man hug because you're cool. Plus, you don't ever deny the Hicks because you're afraid I'll eat you.
Exactly. He'll drink his blood from a boot. God damn it.
Well, Stan, you're actually safe in my book. Like, I would never murder you intentionally. Just don't get me riled up when we're talking about Spider-Man or something, because I might accidentally pick you up and drop you on your face or some dumb shit. Hey, I'm Stan Lee. I created the X-Men. No, you didn't. Jack Kirby helped, and then throw. Like, I could see myself just going apeshit or something like that.
I could see Jeff Lobo running like across a convention floor and fucking tackling him into the wall.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Stan.
What have you fucking done, Stan? What the fuck have you just done?
And
then Stan is never the same again.
his body explodes into just a puddle of blood.
He turns into a puddle of sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut. And Jeff just yells, "World class bullshitters forever!" and then runs off stage.
Yeah, for life, son. I'm gonna take our some money I make, and we're gonna get Ric Flair to do us a promo, Dion.
Fuck yes.
I'm sure if we went to a convention and asked him real nicely and like brought a recorder, it's like, can you say these words, please? Like he would probably do it.
I'd be like, hey Nate, big fan of your work, respect the hell out of you. If I bought you a couple beers, would you record a bumper for my podcast?
He'd be like, "Hi, they've been all around the world, all the way from the shores of San Francisco to North Carolina to New York City, and bigger than the Four Horsemen, the world-class bullshitters." And I'll tell you what, Jack. And then you just go on, and then cut himself and start bleeding all over the place.
He throws his jacket on the ground first, dude. Don't forget that part.
My bad. Hi.
And then it was at that moment that we realized that we've made it.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, you can ask those guys to do that. I mean, they will probably more likely say no, but one of them will say yes.
I'm gonna ask like every celebrity at the next convention I work, like, "Hey, zombie from episode 17 of The Walking Dead, will you please?"
Those guys will be so happy, and then they'll charge you $100.
Exactly.
It's like no, like Don Calfa. Oh,
come on, too soon.
Rest in peace, Don Calfa. Talk about celebrities that died throughout the year. Don Calfa was an excellent actor he was old, but I never got to meet him, so I'm a little pissed. Now, if I don't get to meet the main guy, what's his fucking face? James Karen?
Yeah.
I'm going to be pissed. Like, I'm going to track him down at a convention, like if he's working in one in my area, and I'll drive upwards of 20 minutes to meet James Karen.
20 minutes. I love it.
James, I just found Return to the Living Dead this past year, and it is excellent. I wanted to shake your hand and tell you thanks for all you did in that movie. Oh, and Poltergeist.
And what is it? Nightmare on Elm Street 2?
No, that's the other guy, the Clee.
Oh, okay, all right. No, never mind then. Yeah.
I actually want to meet him too because he seems like a funny dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to fan mail, I suppose. Goop.com, Dion sent us an email.
Oh, fuck you.
Titled
Yes.
Our First Time. Get the Beauty Chef Miracle Skin Balm for free. No. The taco. It looks like a pretentious taco. It's not even a folded taco. It's a flat taco. It's a tostada. It's not a tostada.
You know what? You should totally get that skin cream and then like do a review of it on YouTube and be like, this is shit and I'm never going to use this again.
My penis did not grow to 4 sizes larger than it is now. Like, I wanted to walk around with a fucking baby in between my legs and die, because of the blood loss from my heart. Like, Gwyneth Paltrow did not give me my dreams, bitch.
Or no, you just want to come down and do makeup on your face and be like, this is like day 1, day 2, and it's like your whole face is just like chemical burned or whatever.
God damn you, Gwyneth! I wanted to be a model. I'm not in shape, but I could have been.
Oh, dude, no! It would be funny as shit. And I'm sure it would go viral real quick.
I'm on the Conan O'Brien show. I'm like, yeah, Conan, I've achieved my life goal of being on your show because Gwyneth Paltrow ruined my fucking face. They're like, you can't say fuck on national TV. I am so fucking sorry. I did not mean to ruin your show, sir. And then he would just look at me and go, is this really happening?
Oh, God.
And I would nod my head and say yes. That episode should be me, Gary Busey, and Chuck Norris. Are you cool with that combo, Dion?
I can live with it. I can live with it.
Who should be the third man besides Chuck Norris?
I mean, Chuck Norris is a solid third guy. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, he's not a great headliner, but he'd be a solid third dude. At the very least, if
Well, I mean, when you got Jeff Hicks as your main event, you don't need an undercard. You know, it's like, hey,
Exactly.
this guy's gonna come out and entertain us for minutes.
Exactly.
He's gonna simultaneously scare us and entertain us. It's like, what do we do?
Amen.
And we just go, it's happening, guys. Just relax.
Just let it happen. Let it happen. Write it out.
Shh, let it happen. Let it happen. Shh, you sound dumb right now. Shh, let it happen.
So I guess it's time for us to read our fan mail, and then we'll put this baby to bed. Episode 52. What should I put as the image header for this week? I just have the number 52. I don't think we're that strong yet, though. We can just put out numbers and people watch.
You could do Chuck Norris in his purple.
There you go.
Purple suit, and then just be like, World Class Bullshitters Walker episode.
Yeah. I really want to do a whole Walker Texas Ranger episode. Actually, I was gonna throw out there, since we're the only three that know it on the show, like we could finally talk about James Bond intelligently, and then I forgot.
Oh, god damn it!
I know, man. I really wanted to talk about Bond and how much better From Russia with Love is than I remember, even though it's ranked as my favorite one, tied with GoldenEye. It's like I learned so many new things and the details, and you can actually see that chick's butt. You know?
No, yeah, for sure.
All right, so first bit of fan mail. God, this past week's video didn't get a lot of views. It only got 383 views, but it got 58 comments, which is pretty fucking cool. Like, comparatively speaking, we got a lot of conversation on these videos, which is nice. We're finally getting a lot of fans that I remember. I'm liking it. Oh, shout out to Brian Lape. He put out a video on his channel titled Brian Lape. That's the name of the channel. Where he reviewed some beers, and Dion, you and I are gonna get a summer or a Sam Adams winter pack and try this Fezziwig beer because it looks awesome.
Nice, fuck yeah.
And he's also wearing a Schlocktoberfest T-shirt. He's the only one to buy that shirt, so thank you, Brian Lape. You made it worth my time.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so Oggs for President says, will the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer be discussed on tomorrow night's show? Well, Oggs, as we record this at 10:57 p.m., there's still no trailer yet. Believe me, I would have gone and been like, hey, the whole episode's Spider-Man. We got Dion here, who knows his shit. We got Nick here, who can bullshit with the best of them. Like, we were going to make this a very Spider-Man-centric show. But the fuckers over at Sony and Disney have chosen not to release it until the Jimmy Fallon show, Jimmy Kimmel, which I refuse to watch because Jimmy Kimmel is just insufferable. Like,
yes, he is annoying as hell.
If I have to watch one person named Jimmy on TV, it's not going to be Kimmel.
Agreed.
So there's your answer, Oggs. There's no news. If you'd like to know what I thought of the teaser trailer, that little pre-trailer, it was good. It was nice to see Happy Hogan bring the same kind of comedy and charisma from the Iron Man films. Jon Favreau's talented, so you know I love the hell out of him. I'm still not 100% on the new Spider-Man costume. If they were to put the web shooters on the inside of the suit and take off those little black diamond shapes over the shoulder area, I would be a lot happier with the suit. Tom Holland looks legit, so there you go. And the web wings were cool. It's very Steve Ditko. For those who don't know what that means, the first artist to draw Spider-Man in the comic was Steve Ditko. If you count the cover by Jack Kirby, we don't know what came first. But anyway, my point is, Spider-Man used to have webs under his armpits. They would go from his his elbows to his hips, and he would glide around. And visually, they weren't that cool because Ditko drew them in consistently. But they were there, and it's nice that this is a throwback. I'm hoping by the next movie we get a very John Romita-esque Spider-Man costume where we put all the gadgets on the inside. Because I'm tired of seeing web shooters. Like, that's not going to sell more toys. Next comment is very controversial. I don't know if I should read it. Should I read it?
Yep.
Why not?
Okay, this comes from Kyle Briggs. He says, I don't give a shit. I'm sexist as fuck. Women are inferior. I'm not going to read the rest. It's really bad.
Okay, good.
But it gets darker than here. But you know what? All joking aside, Kyle, thanks for watching our video. I hope you're subscribed to our channel. At least we can entertain you, because we don't dislike women at all. We love them, but in entertainment, we don't like their unrealistic portrayal of like the Superman style character. Like, I don't think Daisy Ridley or the new girl or Angelina Jolie, I don't believe that she is going to beat up a Green Beret. Like, I just don't. I feel like my grandma could bitch smack Angelina Jolie, and Angelina Jolie would be down for the count. Like, that's how frail and waif-like I think Angelina Jolie is.
She is, man. She is.
Well, Brian Labe asked for me not to tell his wife that he bought another shirt. Well, I hope your wife, Brian, does not listen to World Class Bullshitters, because I didn't read this comment,
Now she
and I was
fucking
just
knows.
so... Now she knows, She lives in the same city as us. She might have been driving by right as I, announcing this out the window. Brian Labe bought a t-shirt! He saved Christmas here at the Hicks household. Nathan Simmons thanks us for the birthday wishes. Nathan, you're very welcome. We appreciate you listening to the show every week, and I'm glad you had a good birthday, my friend. Oggs, I hope you have a good birthday too. If you do something crazy, don't get arrested.
Yeah. Hopefully a lot of cocaine and hookers, though.
I hope so too. The Dark Knight is now, the Caped Crusader used to be the Dark... Shit, let me rephrase that again. The man formerly known as the Caped Crusader in the comments section is now the Dark Knight. So, thank you, Mr. Batman. Welcome back, even though you never left. Just a new name. And, we still love you, dude. Brian Lape still doesn't like Civil War. That's cool, man. I mean, I love it, but I don't like the show Seinfeld. I'm sure most people do.
They say
I
they
fucking
do.
hate Seinfeld.
They say they do.
I've tried to watch about 15 episodes, and I've
No,
never
fuck
laughed.
that show.
There are a few funny episodes, but there are a lot of non-funny ones.
I watched the whole Muffin Top one, and
See, I like the
the thing is, I understand the humor. Like, I can watch Seinfeld, and I can go, I'm supposed to laugh here, but I don't like genuinely have like spontaneous laughter. It's just like, oh, this is the joke. Whatever. Fuck you, Larry David. You white-haired cock gobbler. Reality's Frank is loving Phil's horrible jokes. Well, Frank, there's one. Oggs for President has the worst pun I've ever heard in my life, but I love it. I want a Captain America movie with the Hulk called Star Spangled Banner. Oggs, that was so bad my space heater just stopped working.
That was great.
I might not make it through the night.
Please don't freeze like Jack Nicholson.
I'll be like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
Here you go.
Except it won't be Dan frozen to my back. It'll just be my bathrobe frozen to my back. Let's see. Truebone, who is a fan I've never mentioned on air, welcome Truebone, says, you guys should do a drunk commentary on Storm Riders. Old but good kung fu movie.
Ooh.
I'm down for some kung fu action, man.
I'd like to do at least one blaxploitation movie in February.
We're doing it.
If anything, at least Black Dynamite. Like, at least that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that movie. Dion and I watched that together the first time we both saw it, and it changed our lives. We could not stop quoting it, remember?
I know, one of our favorite movies for sure. For fucking sure.
Yeah, I
threw that shit before I came in the room.
Oh, man. I actually dug my DVD out the other night and put it in. I was like, I love this movie so much. I watched it twice, once by itself and once with commentary, just because I wanted to be weird like that.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Ah, God, it was such a great movie. Let's see. Momo Unchained thanked us for the shout out. You're very welcome. Guy from Carcosa. He said people's first video games need to be E.T. and Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Don't know how I became a gamer. Oggs for President. I just can't believe Luigi's Mansion was your first game. I distinctly remember going to Toys R Us the day the GameCube came out and seeing Luigi's Mansion and going, I'll pass. It looks too gay. No, I didn't want a Nintendo game. Like, I didn't have Mario 64 as a kid. I didn't really enjoy it. I rented it and I played it, and it was just like, oh, well, I like my side-scrolling Mario. I don't like my 3D. Liquid Metal Pro said he thought X-Men was predictable. I think most people thought I won the debate, Dion, last week, so thank you, most people. And that's pretty much it. We didn't put out any other videos since last week's World Class Bullshitters. Speaking of new videos, expect, like I said, Star Wars Week is coming out. So I hope you guys like it. I'm putting in the time. I'm writing the scripts. I might do clips and try the whole fair use thing one last time. Maybe Lucasfilm isn't as douchey as I think it is. I have a feeling I'm on one of their lists, though. Like, if this guy ever becomes successful, do not allow him to press events. I'm going to rip apart those fuck. It's like, Jeff Hicks, most famous man in America. Fuck The Force Awakens! Jeff, it's been 10 years. I don't care! Fuck it! Like, I will not let that
Those are
go.
going to be your dying words.
Yep.
Force Awakens is bullshit.
No, it'll be like that scene in Zombieland. Like, my kids and my wife will... Well, I hope I outlive my children. No, it'll be my kids and my wife. Or it'll just be my kids. I don't know. But I'll be surrounded by people that I guess I was good to. And they're like, Jeff, any regrets? The Force Awakens, man. I wish I would have never saw it. I would have lived 10 years longer. I could see myself being on my deathbed like... Fuck that movie! And like, Jeff, you've outlived everyone in the movie, including J.J. Abrams. Fuck him to hell! Like, I just keep screaming it.
You just die like Charlton Heston did in the Planet of the Apes remake. Damn them! Damn them! Damn them all to hell! And then it's just like this violent convulsion, and then you're just dead. And then they're just like, oh my god, he hated J.J. Abrams. It'd be great. And then I'll be in the back. I'll be like, he died like he lived.
With an erection. I do want to go out with the weirdest boner ever. Like, yep, there goes my heart, but my dick's still hard as a rock.
I'm like a Chevy commercial.
I'm like, somebody finish me off in the afterlife.
Boom.
Have some nurse come and ride it. I'm dying. Seriously, if I have to die, everyone's got to die, but that'd be the best way to die. Like, you're just getting laid, and you're about to come, and you
go.
It cease to be like.
Hey, yeah, I'm down for that.
You name a better way to die. Yeah, exactly.
Getting shot into the sun.
All right. Getting shot into the sun.
Shot into the sun.
That'd be so hot, though.
Yeah, but but you're hurling towards the sun and you die.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to know I'm about to die. I just want to kind of.
Okay, fine. Like, it's your dead body getting hurled towards the sun. There you go.
Fair enough. After I've come in my dead state, you can propel me with my post-mortem erection into the sun. And
no. Yeah. You're in space and you come so hard that it pushes you towards the sun, and you just, your body burns up on.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Like, if the explosive decompression doesn't kill you, the massive ejaculation in outer space will.
That's what does it. And then, like, into the sun.
Which is actually a myth. Your head won't explode from the explosive decompression. So there's the more you know. Ding-a-ling.
And that's a good way to end on this week's show. I thought this was going to be a 30-minute episode. It turned out to be a 2-hour and change episode. So it just goes to show you that sometimes less is more with the bullshitters,
That's right.
The less of us, the more show you get.
You hear that, Zack Snyder, you piece of shit?
See, you're never going to let Zack Snyder go, and I'm never going to let J.J. Abrams go. Nick, are you going to never let Rob Zombie go?
No, man. No, never.
Let's make a movie titled Jeff, Nick, and Dion Kill Rob Zombie, J.J. Abrams, and Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
But then
yeah. And as soon as we get that, as soon as the title hits IMDb, we get fucking picked up by the FBI immediately.
It'll be worth.
No, but the funny thing is, they go to watch the movie and they're like, "Whatever happened to those 3 guys? Yeah, we killed them on camera." Like, I'm never gonna commit an act of violence like that. So, Autobot that listens to me, I'm not. But in that bizarre universe of the movie, I'm so pissing on the corpse. Like, how do we know you did it, Jeff? I left my DNA everywhere, didn't I? Yep. What'd you learn, Jeff? It was worth it, so I learned nothing. Oh my god. Real quick before we go, I think this would be a good thing to mention on air. Apparently, some guy named Eric Yezbek bought every episode of Dark Shadows on VHS. That is 1,000+ episodes for a total of 200 VHS tapes.
Nice.
Okay.
Who the fuck? What company would put out every episode? Like, most shows that we watched as a kid didn't get the full VHS run. Why Dark Shadows?
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Dark Shadows a British show?
Yeah, the vampire show.
Okay, I don't know. I guess they released every season on VHS, or maybe released them every now and again on VHS, and he found them all or something. I don't know. He must be like a really
No, they're a part of a uniform set.
Oh shit!
Probably an old set then, because that must have been a set that he had to hunt down then. That
Yeah,
were big.
Eric Yezbek, if you listen to World Class Bullshitters, tell us in the comments about your Dark Shadows collection, because we would love
please
to make fun of you to your face.
Please contact the show so we can have you on, maybe.
You know, we should get some fans on the show in the future. That way, like a night like tonight, when it's the three of us after we didn't run out of shit to say. I guarantee there will be a time where we run out of shit to talk about, and it's like, hey, let's call up one of our fans to have him on the show. And they'll be like, hey, I'm on the show. And we're like, yes, you are. And then they call us terrible words.
Yeah, because we've shit on all of their dreams. That's why.
And they're like, this isn't as cool as I thought it would be. I'm like, what do you think it was? We're a group of guys sitting in front of computers talking.
Right.
Like, was it like Vanna White giving us hand jobs or something underneath the table? I wish. But it ain't happening.
First of all, why did you go to Vanna White giving you a hand job? Why not somebody younger and better look?
Because nostalgia, guy.
Vanna White's hot, dude.
She turned those letters so sexy. Like I was like, you know what? You turn that T, goddammit. You turn that.
All right, can I get a B? I'd like to buy a vowel. An A, please. 1A. All right, Pat. An L. 2 L's. Let's finish that off with an S. 1 S. Vanna, rub my balls. See? Nick, you see what happens when you question Vanna White's sexiness?
She's had the easiest job for the longest time.
Oh, hey, you are never gonna hear me deny that. I'm just saying, she's hot.
Like who has she killed in the past that has tried to come and take her job? Honestly, how many fucking teenage girls have like died, like are in her wake that have died and are like buried God knows where because she just wants to keep her fucking job?
That's a good point.
You know what? Whatever the case is, it's worth it. Yeah, Vanna White was a 10 then and still a hot MILF now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wish she had a bigger rack, but she can't win them all. So I guess I gotta give her that. You know she was on The Price is Right, correct?
Yep. And then...
She looked good back.
Yeah, man. I love Vanna. I still love Vanna White.
I think she was in a Trumbo movie. I think she was in the Graduation or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I met those people. It was interesting. The one guy from Big Brother named Matt that works for Troma was like, you should get in one of the Troma movies. I'm like, really? Because we talked for like 45 minutes straight.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I've watched all those documentaries about all his movies. Yeah, don't work for the guy ever.
That bad, huh?
No. You think it's bad from what I'm saying. It's like 10 times fucking worse. It's really bad. People who are fans of his will work for him and then be like, oh fuck Lloyd, I'm never gonna buy any of his shit ever again.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not even a fan. I just want to be in a fucking movie.
Yeah. Let me get some shit going and you will. Just don't not him. No.
All right, I demand a speaking role. I will study for minutes. I will give you a Nicolas Cage quality performance on a Sean Bean sized budget.
Oh jeez.
Hey, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
God, I gave that vampire movie a chance. I was like, it might be funny. It was irritating as fuck.
It was awesome. It's an awesome movie.
I gave it a chance.
It's your job,
I
and
sat
you
there and
have
watched
to
it,
do
and I
it.
was like, I can't. I watched the whole thing, and I was like, I don't get
Well,
it.
look, you're not wrong. It's a horrible fucking movie, but
Oh yeah.
it is so good.
Have you ever seen the Weatherman with Nicolas Cage?
No.
That movie I could not finish. So boring.
Oh man, that movie was fucking awesome. When he calls the guy he's like, "You're a dildo, pork fuck." I was like, "What am I watching?" I loved that movie. I thought that was great. And then the one called Family Man with Nicolas Cage, I liked that too. But the only Nicolas Cage movie I couldn't really sit through was it's called like Chasing the Ghost or something. It's fairly new.
Well,
It's on Netflix.
I know on Netflix they have The Rock. That's on Netflix.
Fuck
I
yeah.
was watching that yesterday.
I love that movie.
I might watch it as I go to sleep tonight. I like that movie, but I've never been in love with it like most people are. But I'm starting to,
Oh, I love that.
get a little love drunk.
Watched
for
it the
Rock,
other
not
night.
the wrestler, the movie.
Yeah,
You
because
must
I mean, like, there's so many inconsistencies in the movie that I've noticed over the years. It's just like I can't, like.
Oh, some of the effects don't make any sense. Like
The effects don't make
all of a
sense. Like
sudden-
even some of the dialogue doesn't make sense. I'm like, who's saying that? Who fucking said
Yeah, that
that?
Ed Harris guy's hair looks terrible.
Ooh.
I said that Ed Harris guy's hair looks terrible. That's a bad.
That's
effect.
that's true.
Yeah.
Just like some of the things that they do and that are done, I'm just like, what are you doing? Also, why is there a chamber that can explode in the bottom building of the FBI? Why is it like a separate building? Why is it like off site somewhere? And also, why are you bringing stuff from wherever the fuck they brought it from? Like, why did it transport all the way from where it was to America to go to the FBI and then start to explode? Why did that happen in transit?
Listen.
It was
You're
the
asking
90s,
a lot of
it was
questions.
Pre-9/11.
Yes, this was Michael Bay this is Michael Bay after Bad Boys. We didn't know what he was capable of. We didn't know the depths of stupidity that he would go to. And plus, if that's all your questions, and you don't start at the trolley hitting the car, and for some reason the car somehow gets underneath it and explodes it up into the air, you are just going too far with this.
Oh no. That's I'm starting at the beginning and getting to that. I will get to that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I went chronologically in this.
Okay.
In
Mhm.
this.
I know this is uncharacteristic of me, but I actually like the fan theory. Yes, I just said that
That
of
W-
Sean Connery's
007?
character being. Yeah, and he got put away for all these years. I think that's kind of cool.
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one too.
Because it's only because it's Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Well, you
because
must
like
never hesitate.
yeah, because even as a kid, I was like, oh, that's why he's there. Because they said something about like British intelligence and things like that. I was like, no, he's James Bond, and this is him getting out.
Listen,
To
this day,
I
I
think
still
that's
say,
a very bittersweet ending.
I still say to this day, every time someone does something and they take too long, when he randomly just snaps that guy's neck, or no, he throws the knife at the Marine. He's like, "You must never hesitate." I always like every time I come into it. That's why I say it, because I'm just like, "You must never hesitate." Because
I'm
of that movie.
gonna do that to you at WrestleMania, dude. Just
That's
because
what happens so
Ow.
much that fucking week.
No, I say it all the time, and people don't get the reference because I try to do my Sean Connery voice. It doesn't come off that well. Obviously, we get it. But fucking, I love it when he just goes, throws a knife. You must never hesitate.
I wanted to be my ringtone so bad.
Yes, I'm telling you.
You sound like Sean Connery in Lionheart. Not Lionheart, Dragonheart.
Dragon.
Oh,
What's Lionheart?
We're the last of the dragons.
My grandma took me to see that in theaters, and I went to sleep
No.
right away.
I want Dion to voice over all of Sean Connery's movies. I want that. 'Cause that's, like, I will laugh my ass off all the time. Oh God, Kim.
Yeah, Dion, I'm gonna commission you to dub Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh God, please.
Deal.
Oh man, I want that to happen. So
Because the other Bond movies are great, but you can fuck with Diamonds Are Forever. You just killed James Bond. Oh, that's who that was? No.
that movie is so weirdly confusing. Like, they kill these people to get to this thing and to like take out loose ends and stuff. It's like, What the fuck's going on?
It's a really
It's
bad.
a poorly constructed movie. It's probably, if I'm gonna say what's the worst James Bond movie, it's a three-way tie between that, Moonraker, and Octopussy. Like, I can't decide what I hate more. Those are the three that, of the 24 Bond movies that exist, those are the three that I'm gonna give like the worst score. Then Quantum of Solace is pretty bad.
I
I know you like that one, Dion, but it's so jarring and it's not enjoyable to me.
Any idea on the next one? Like who's gonna be in it? What's gonna happen or anything?
Oh, Daniel Craig said he's going to be back.
I hope so. This is the only time I've ever wanted Daniel Craig to come back.
They didn't say how much, but the story was that they threw an ungodly amount of money at him, and he literally changed his entire tune. He's like, "No, I would love to do another James Bond movie. I'd love to do one." And it's
Wow.
dude, you know that he got offered, and they probably won't release it until after it comes out. But dude, for him to be like, "I'd rather slit my wrist," and then to change his tune, they must have threw a fucking He probably partly owns MGM right now.
They offered him $100 million.
No. If they gave him
Easily.
if they give him a percentage of the company, that's even bigger because that's money for life.
I'm just saying,
I'd be like, joke's on you guys. Daniel Craig's not even that good of a James Bond. Like,
right?
he only became good at to me, he finally became James Bond in Skyfall.
No,
Or not
I'd agree with
Skyfall,
that.
Spectre.
I'd agree with that. He was the beneficiary
Yeah, it was
of really good writing for Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace, and then Skyfall was great, and fucking Spectre was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm in the minority that loves Spectre, but I really thought that was a great Bond movie. It was
It was
basically
Bond movie.
Daniel Craig finally, after fucking a decade, almost a whole decade of Daniel Craig meandering as almost James Bond. This was his first James Bond adventure. It's like, we had a lair, we had the Bond girl, we had the henchman, we had the supervillain, we had a male M, we had car chases, we had ski chases, we had airplane chases, we had everything in like all the James Bond cliches came back.
We had chases, all kinds of chases.
Chevy chases. I still haven't bought a copy of Fletch on Blu-ray.
What are you doing? This is the time of year where you can get that shit for really cheap.
No, it's still $9.99. I want to find it for less.
You might just be
$1
barking the wrong tree, bro. Just pony up. $9.99 is what you're paying, man.
$1 less, and I'll buy it.
If I find Fletch for $8.99, I'm gonna buy it and just give it to you. Like, here, take it.
I'm probably gonna give you a hug. I love that movie so much. Oh my god, we're gonna do a Fletch episode.
Fuck yeah.
No, we're not.
A Fletch drunk commentary.
Oh my god, yes. I see. I have Fletch on DVD. I just want it on Blu-ray. By the way, we're gonna have to do We're gonna have to do some Christmas commentaries. So Nick and I are gonna try to get together and do Silent Night, Deadly Night. I guess 2. Do you want to do both of them?
No, let's do 2. Let's do 2. Do you want to do any other kind of Christmas-based horror movies or?
Krampus.
I
got Krampus.
I have what is it? Goldberg's movie Santa's Sleigh.
Oh my god, that has the best. Dion, I made you watch that opening like 10 times.
Yep.
It's got the best opening to any movie ever.
Yeah, I've got that.
Fran Drescher gets lit on fire.
And I've got Jack Frost as well. So.
The Michael Keaton
No,
1999
not that.
classic?
You know what I'm talking about.
The one where Shannon Elizabeth masturbate.
Yeah, with a carrot.
God, that vagina was so prime in 1999.
Oh God. Let's see. There's also Black Christmas, both editions, new and old.
Never seen either.
Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah.
There's this movie called A Christmas Horror Story on Netflix that I tried to watch. No. And it was an anthology film too, man. You know what? Let's put this baby to bed, and we're gonna say goodnight. So Thanks for listening to episode 52 of World Class Bullshitters. I will be back personally next week to do a Star Wars Rogue One review. If Dion and Nick happen to get tickets for the 7 p.m. showing, they will be joining me on the commentary. If not, I'm not going to wait around until 1 a.m. to record with Phil, so Phil will just have to tweet out what he thought about the movie.
Can Phil tweet? Doesn't he have Twitter?
I don't know if you need both feet to use Twitter.
And also, does he have enough followers that will care?
Probably not.
True. Anyway, thanks for listening. I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
I'm the man with the plan and the original tan. I love janitor ladies. This is Dion Green.
Would you rim that janitor lady?
What was that?
Would you rim the janitor lady?
Ooh, see, janitor ladies are probably the one group that I wouldn't rim, but I think about it.
Would you let her sit on your face?
Yes.
All right. Would you eat her out?
Yes. She actually has a very nice lower body.
I was gonna say she has a very nice vagina. Like, and you've seen it when, and we haven't talked about this yet, man. Like, I need some photos. Like, you're a fucking security guard. Securely sneak me some shots of her butt.
Amen. Deal.
All right. I'm expecting those by Monday.
On your desk by Monday.
Yeah, like I need somehow I need them mailed to my house and brought in my room.
Black and white 8x10s in a manila envelope mailed to his house.
Yes, deal. I like those. We got to make it happen. Nick, say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, Nick.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with our Christmas episode in 2 weeks. So if you can't wait for that, just listen to this episode on repeat. It was probably one of our better ones.